The Amazing Spider-Man, arguably the most beloved and most hated on character in comics, is about to go through yet another status quo shift. We recently had the launch of the Joe Kelly, Pepe Larraz, John Romita Jr. Spider-Man series, Amazing Spider-Man series, and now, due to some shenanigans from Hellgate, Spider-Man's about to go through yet another shift. In addition to that, we learned about two new comic series that are guaranteed to shake things up for long-time comic book fans. This is the kind of nostalgia bait that I get into. We're going to talk about that in a little bit. This is my nostalgia.
Sean's baiting right now.
It's a little
Oh,
early and public for all that.
okay. All
But
right, my bad.
we're going to get into a lot of spider talk today, which I'm very excited for. It's nice to be able to put the wall crawler on the marquee every now and then. And to have the conversation about Spider Man, we've got a full house on deck. We've got Cale.
What's up, spider dogs?
We've got, does Spider Man have a dog? No, he doesn't have a dog.
Surely.
No, no pets.
I don't
Spider
think
He's
so.
too,
Hound?
he's too broke. He
He-
doesn't have time to
Yeah,
walk a dog.
Spider
He's not
cat?
responsible enough for a.
Oh.
He could
He
do, he
had-
could do a cat.
Yeah.
He could do a cat.
He had the spider mobile and like all the parking fines he got. Like he couldn't even keep that.
That's having a car in Manhattan, baby.
Marco,
Thwip thwip.
nasty. Tyler,
Hi.
and I'm Sean. Thank you guys for being here, whether you are live with us or in the future. I see you guys in the chat. I see Entertain Me. What's up, dude? Hayden's Hideouts here. Good to see you. Spiral Storm made it. Electrics made it. Neon Knight is here with us. James Jones is jamming in the chat. Harris, all the way from Denver. What's up, Harris? Patrick Zay, Samuel Summers. It's good to see all of you. A lot of names in the chat. I always appreciate waking up and getting to hang out with my friends. So thank you guys for being here. We've got a jam-packed show planned for you today. A lot of news, lots of news, some things that didn't make the cut that I really wanted to talk about, but sometimes you got to pick and choose. This industry is frustrating. There will be weeks and weeks of drought, and then it's not like here's a couple of big things. It's like here are all the big things at once.
Take a hand.
You should do like
Take a
a
pick.
you should do like a lightning round where we just reply with like cool, not cool. That's our only discussion on it.
Pull.
We've
pass.
we've tried that. We couldn't do it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We like to
Everyone
get.
has an opinion.
Maybe we could now. It's a fairly controlled group, but we couldn't do it before.
We definitely couldn't. And I'll speak for myself. Some of the shit it's like I just really want to discuss. Like I don't like it's like, damn, I have to be concise.
Verbose?
Well, that's what we generally are. Yes.
That's
We're
what
about
I
to
am.
yeah, well, I don't know about that.
Hmm.
We're about to take three Spider-Man topics and stretch them shits for about an hour and change. We gotta, we do what we gotta do. Spy Jam says, "What's up, y'all? Don't get to text much in the chat, but I also watch y'all's live streams. Thank you for watching, Spider Jams. Appreciate you being here. Let's get into the news. Let's talk about Spider-Man, the character everybody loves to hate. People are convinced that the only reason why Amazing Spider-Man sells a nickel is because of the loyal fans who've been reading the character for 20 plus years, like moi and like Tyler, who aren't willing to skip an issue. Well, go ahead.
I do be hate reading sometimes. If there's a character I hate read, it's sometimes Spider-Man. Thankfully, I haven't hate read Spider-Man in years. I've everything's been good to great. But
When have you hate read Spider-Man?
I think it was
Farther back. Go farther back.
man, I like things too much. It's hard for me to hate things.
You've never hate read Spider-Man.
No,
That's why I
no,
asked
there
you,
was one.
that-
Oh, yes. The second Spider-Verse. I was like, all right.
That's not core. I'm talking about ASM, bro. I'm talking about core Spider-Man.
Wasn't that like a core? Wasn't it Dan Slott's run? With like
Well, Dan
Superior?
Slott did it, but it wasn't.
I don't. Yeah, I don't think that was. I think that was like an event. I don't know.
I didn't like it,
Spider-Verse is-
but I read it all.
Uh, so people allegedly hate read Spider-Man. I think that the current Joe Kelly, Pepe Larraz stuff has actually been pretty damn good. But but just as I was getting used to the quality level, we're about to change things up because the new villain that's been introduced in it was teased, I think, in issue 1, but then makes his grand, I guess, debut in issue 6, is going to do something major in his conflict with Spider-Man in issue number 8 that's going to cause Spider-Man to be torn in two, split, apparently. We don't know exactly how, but there will be two Spider-Men going forward. Not Miles Morales and Peter. I'm talking about a double dose of Peter Parker.
PP.
PPPP.
That's a lot of P's.
Right, it'd be 4. Yeah, exactly.
So there's going to be 2 Peter Parkers.
Yeah, why not?
So he's going to be cloned.
Has it happened before?
I've never read that.
Yeah, I know you didn't.
I genuinely couldn't tell if that's a real question. Like, oh, you mean, are you asking about the saga?
Was he cloned as part of a saga?
I still don't know if Marco's joking or not.
So one of the Spider-Men will be regular old Spider-Man in terms of he'll be in New York, he'll be doing his thing. The other one is going to be in space. Spider-Man is going cosmic.
Huh?
Yeah.
I kind of like this, actually.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Well, let's dig in a little bit and then we'll see if you still like it. So the cosmic version of Spider-Man is going to apparently, based on what we know now, and I'm pulling from a comicbook.com article, is going to meet new people. So he's going to make new friends and enemies in space while trying to return home. The other will be on Earth, but is going to be a little bit more brutal and maybe a little bit more villainous potentially. And quote, will be putting the Marvel universe on high alert. Pepe Larraz is going to draw the space issues, and Ramita is going to draw the earthbound issues.
Oh.
And I definitely like the space stuff.
What? Oh, I
Yeah,
don't the exact
there's a
opposite after
short
that.
straw situation going on here. I don't think I've ever liked Spider-Man in space. Even when they did it in the movies, where it's like, oh, Tom Holland's gonna go up hang out with the Guardians of the Galaxy, and just be okay with that idea.
When did that happen?
What the fuck are you talking about?
What in Avengers Endgame?
In Infinity War, but he
Infinity War, sorry, yeah,
he
yeah.
wasn't hanging out.
Okay, all right.
Well, okay, he was
like,
with the
what?
Guardians of the Galaxy in space. Sorry if they weren't friends at the time. He still did it.
Well, the way you made it sound was like he went up to their special clubhouse and was
to
a guardian
play
for a
Boggle.
while. Like I missed a whole film.
No, Bendis did not write those movies. That's something Bendis would have done. There's no you gotta the superpower set of Spider-Man requires, I don't know, like a building, an urban landscape to work properly in my eyes. Space just complicates things, and I overthink it. This is where the comic book overthinkingness comes from.
I feel like you lean into the comic booky nature of that, like just slap them into space.
Yep.
I like this idea. Sometimes there are characters that you can kind of just we'll fling them far and away and they'll sink or swim, I guess. But for this seems like a cool idea. I don't like that this was Ramita doing the space stuff.
Nope. Other way.
I feel like
By the way, it's Pepe Larraz doing the space stuff.
oh
and Ramita
hell
doing
yeah, the on the ground thing.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, much better. Thank you so much. I thought that was a wild statement. I very much prefer that. I don't like the grounded Spider-Man being evil, I guess.
That's old news.
It's not
But-
evil. It feels like you split Spider-Man and his responsibility went with the Space Spider-Man.
Sure.
Like the this happened with Ben Riley, I think, in when it became Chasm. The idea of Chasm is this: he's a little more harder edge Spider-Man because he doesn't have the memories of the lessons Uncle Ben taught him.
This also happened with Superior Spider-Man because he doesn't have the lessons that Uncle Ben taught him, and he's
I
Oh
would have much
boy.
preferred they just kept this as two split personalities. One's exploring the cosmos, one is back on the ground doing his shit. Because I'm liking what they're doing here. Don't disrupt that. Leave it alone.
You can do it without the need for an explanation. Hulk is doing it right now. He's an Imperial doing his Hulk stuff, and he's still chilling in like the desert of Vegas doing his horror
I
stuff.
I even I even like the explanation, like whatever it's gonna be, like this thin veneer of explanation we've got. Sure, cool. Um, yeah, it's the evil twin that's got me like, okay.
Yeah. Um, it just feels like we've been there, done that with the whole like, oh, there's one that's evil and one that's good, and we've done it with Spider-Man, so feels like retreading old ground. The cosmic Spider-Man has never really been my thing. I really liked, and I'm in the minority with this one, the Spider-Man Unlimited animated series where he goes to counter Earth.
Not the minority on this podcast.
Nice.
I
Nice.
love that show.
I can get behind it if the storytelling is good. I'm not sworn off to the concept. So, fine, whatever. I'm interested in how this is going to happen because it's going to happen in conflict with Hellgate. And we don't really know anything about his power set or anything like that. So, how does Spider-Man go from fighting Hellgate to split in two with one of them being in space? That's like a really huge leap, I guess.
I'm gonna guess it's that axe that dude has.
Right.
He's just gonna tear him asunder. The only way this can redeem itself is that if evil Spider-Man gets a evil goatee, like a Mirrorverse,
Spock.
yeah,
Yeah.
then
Hell
then then I'll be
yeah.
like, all right,
I'm back in.
that's dumb enough that I'm back in. Yeah,
Common Sense kicking things off with a 9.99 super chat. That's a great reminder that super chats are open. Thank you for that, Common Sense. He says it is frustrating because Spider-Man already had cosmic powers before in the 90s, his cosmic adventures. And aside Imperial and Silver Surfer, writers don't want to make space adventures for other heroes. Hmm. Well, I'll say this, Common Sense. I don't think that a character having done something 30 to 40 years ago precludes writers from doing it now. Because you're talking about a whole new generation of readers, right? So I think that's fair play.
Hmm.
and
And
I don't think writers don't want to make space adventures. I think we're gonna have a deluge of them coming up. That's a Marvel mandate, whether or not space books happen. With Imperial happening, we're gonna get a lot of space
oh,
books after that.
and Joe Kelly might have something cool to say.
He has
Yeah.
surprised me so far. So
Yeah.
yeah,
I think that's the thing is that there's been trust built in these last 6 issues that I'm open to this from him. Had we felt differently about like this is coming off the back of the 8 deaths, um, I think that would have felt way different.
Hmm. That is interesting. It's this splitting him in two really kind of if you reflect on these last 6 issues, it really sort of shows us sort of a glimpse of like a potential Peter Parker that we could have gotten in those little teenage bits. Sort of a slight precursor to all this.
There's the link in the chain.
That's interesting.
your shithead neighborhood Spider-Man coming up.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Yeah. The only aspect of it that makes me go, man, I feel like we just saw that. And again, you're going back 10 years, is the idea of Peter being looked at by his peers and them saying, "What's going on with you?" Because it's said in what I read that they're looking that the Marvel universe is on high alert because of Peter's behavior. And that was something that was prominent during the Superior era where the other Marvel characters were like, "Whoa, what's going on, man?" And again, 10 years ago, um, we'll see how that plays. I think my only real criticism is that I wish we were getting a little bit more of what Joe Kelly and Co. have to say before we split. That's my only critique. I wish we had just a few more issues on Earth with Joe Kelly before we go and do space.
You want his thesis on Spider-Man before he turns it on its end.
Oh, maybe not even a thesis, just a little bit more storytelling, because I
Okay.
assume his overall thesis will be told, and this is a part of that thesis, but just a little bit more earthbound storytelling with regular old Peter.
Little status quo stuff. Just get me into the mix of things. This is happening in issue 11, right? Like that's so soon.
Is it
Yeah.
5
So,
months?
5 months
yeah,
though. I don't know. I feel like a year. Give it to like 20, especially since this is comes out so frequently.
I don't know. I don't know. We've had 60 years of Spider-Man on the ground. Like, how much do you need?
I guess. Um, I need a little bit more than what we've gotten, especially because it's coming out twice a month. So it feels like we haven't really lived in the Joe Kelly space. Um, but yeah, by September, Spider-Man will be in space. Um, Joe Kelly had a little bit to say about this. He said, quote, "I love really grounded Manhattan-based Spider-Man stories, and I also love fish out of water mode. You don't get much farther from the pond than deep space. But why choose? Why not have both? Hence, this tale of two Spider-Men. On either track, Spider-Man is facing down his personal demons in the wake of Hellgate's brutal debut, because no matter where Spider-Man goes, he brings inner turmoil with him. There are a lot of pyrotechnics in this arc, new characters and threats, but also a ton of heart as Peter and those closest to him try to move forward with their lives in the aftermath of a devastating event." Interesting. So that sounds like whatever happens affects more than just Peter. A devastating event.
Aunt May dies.
I don't think no. We would have gotten a preview image of a tombstone with nobody's name on it. You know, I think they'd be hyping something that big up
That's a
separately.
great point. Yeah.
I don't even need a major death or anything like that, you know. I think Cosmic Spider-Man is gimmick enough.
It happened
Hmm.
on a Tuesday. He got knocked. He got sent out into space.
The Juggernaut punched him. He'll be back next week.
That's it. That's all you
Give
need.
him a minute.
uh, I did want to call out the costume design. The yellow, it's giving me kind of like Warlock vibes. Little techno, uh, maybe symbiote situation. Because then there's also this little guy on the side, which I was reading the solicit called Simbi.
Oh,
Yes.
I dig the little guy. I don't know if I dig the suit.
you're into Simbi?
Yeah, bro.
Yuck.
Is that
Simbi's
like
cool.
Eddie and the symbiote's baby, like the Symbrock baby?
This is just like that Simbi shit is just like the shit that, I don't give a fuck about.
No, it's
That's
just
like,
Yeah.
cute.
you're trying to sell toys or whatever, keychains and shit. Good for you.
I mean, Hasbro is probably looking at this like, oh, okay, maybe that's a build a figure or something like that.
Shooting for a new Jeff the Shark.
Oh, well,
Right.
there's a rumor they're putting one out soon. They have a Marvel Rivals wave that got leaked. I'm trying to break down this space Spider-Man cover image, whatever we have. So yeah, we have Simbi there. which looks like the most Batmite version for Spider-Man thing I've ever seen.
Oh yeah.
Carnage and Venom are there too. They're
Venom
busy.
spacefaring.
They're a little busy right now. And I think that's a spaceship below Venom. And then either a
Left.
pumpkin bomb or jack-o'-lantern. On the bottom right of that. Huh. I don't know. I
Jack-
mean, Eddie Brock's too busy being Carnage right now and not taking care of his kid. And yeah, I don't know. It's just this. They're pulling in a lot of symbiote stuff. Are we going to Clintar? I mean, we had the announcement that Null's coming back too. In something or other. I don't know.
In Venom.
Don't-
He's coming back in all new Venom.
Yeah. Oh,
well,
yeah, with
don't
Ewing,
worry.
yeah.
Peter will bring him back, as he get a new suit in the middle of all this, and he'll bring him back with him by the time he lands on Earth, and that's how Null will be back on Earth.
I mean, that's the one thing I do like about this because like Spider-Man getting a new suit is classic Spider-Man. The dude outside of Iron Man, nobody else has more suits than Spider-Man. Partly because of the toys and TV shows. But like the dude's a tinkerer, it'd be cool if this is a suit he made, like in his new lab at Rand Industries or whatever, instead of like, if it's another symbiote, I'm going to be annoyed. I'm simmed out.
I feel like this is the same design as several other alternate Spider-Man suits,
It's a mixture of like the Fear Itself one and
the Fantastic Four one and the black and green version, and then
That said, I like it. I like the yellow.
Yeah.
I like the design fine. I would not be mad if it turned out to be a symbiote just because Spider-Man hasn't had one in a very, very, very long time. And it would make sense because he's going to space and they are putting the symbiotes on the cover. And again, giving me very Spider-Man Unlimited vibes because if I remember correctly, he went to space to try and find Mary Jane, maybe, but also he went to space with Venom and Carnage. I think they were on the ship that he was fighting them while it was going away.
That sounds right.
So hey, this is speaking to me. I'm in for this. I like that stuff. Common Sense with another $9.99. Thank you so much, dude. In your opinion, which Marvel character deserves a space adventure more than Peter? Me, Darkhawk, Singularity. I wish I can ask Dan Abnett if she and Jenna Drake are the same person, and Quasar. So the question is, what character do we want to see get a space adventure?
Spider-Man. Oh shit.
I do like Darkhawk. Darkhawk is cool. I'm a Sam Alexander fan. I would like to see more of him. So it'd be cool if him and Richard Rider could be doing something. So maybe maybe reforming the Nova Corps. That's the first thing that jumps to mind. Other than Inhumans coming back.
I'm thinking of some kind of X-Men. I want a mutant in space.
Oh, that's something they never do. They're almost
Professor X up there already, dog.
Yeah, he's out there pounding alien cheeks right now. He's like, I committed war crimes. It wasn't me, I swear. I'm gonna go hang out with my hot wife instead. See you guys.
Kitty Pryde hooked up with Star-Lord for a while.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Star-Lord. Actually, you know what? A Star-Lord book where they actually talk about the Al Ewing version of Star-Lord, where he was. Oh, R.I.P. Sean. Where
I thought he was quiet and stoic during this bit.
Same. Yeah.
Yeah, I was like, he's letting his bit for too long. And there's a bit where Star-Lord kind of falls in love with two other people, and it's like a poly relationship, and he becomes like a Star-Lord, and he gets imbued with the sun and all of that. It's really interesting stuff during Al's Guardians run. That like he becomes like a space hippie. It's really interesting.
I sort of recall that. I think we read the first issue of that.
Yeah,
on the show.
it's pretty early on.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's got like the leather jacket, beard, kind of a poofy hair.
Yeah.
And it's got like a sun logo on his chest.
Yeah, okay.
No. Marco still can't think of an X-Men. Name an
I still can't
X-Men.
think of-
Name a woman.
Yeah, what are you talking about? Phoenix is in space right now.
No,
Yeah.
for sure, for sure. I'm thinking of like another
A
X-Men.
good
like
one.
Yeah, fun one.
Starjammers. You want some chode?
I want some like.
I'd love a Starjammers book. I think it would
Oh,
rule.
there's a
Oh,
rumor of one
Starjammers are
actually.
great.
There's one rumored right now. There's a rumored X-Men relaunch coming up, or more like renumbering with renaming some titles. Yeah, it's a Marvel soft relaunch, but whatever.
I'm thinking like Wolverine because he gets launched there because Colossus puts a little too much into that fastball.
Puts a little too much stank on it.
Yeah, yeah. And it,
Well, he's already got the stank on it.
yeah. It's like, oh no, I did too much. Now he's on the moon.
You know what I don't think I've seen, and correct me if I'm wrong, outside of an Avengers book, Captain America doesn't really go up there.
He's too busy down here. You've seen the state of your
We
country?
got two Captain America. Send one of them to space. Like, we don't even need to split these guys in half. They're already split in half. Steve, you're up. Go to space.
You're up. Your country needs you.
Yeah, but like I would like the idea of
It's like
like I wonder what the American image has spread into space. It's gotta.
Oh, that's great. I like that premise.
Like getting called for jury duty. Sorry, Mr. Steve Rogers, you gotta go to space.
Can't make it. Sorry, bias.
Hated Tidehouse says Uncanny X-Force went to space to fight Kid Apocalypse. Yeah, fight him. They almost just killed him as a child. And he said Doctor Strange and Guardians of the Galaxy. Doctor Strange there was a really good space Doctor Strange run by
This is Wade, wasn't it?
Wade, yeah. And I think it was Wade and Javier someone or other. I thought it was good. It's good stuff. It's the idea of like magic exists on other planets in different ways.
Yeah.
I like this Neon Knight comment. Captain America joins Space Force. Dude, I see it.
Oh God.
I see it, dude. I see the vision.
All right, I changed my mind.
What? This other cover is. What was this Batman event? They're all fighting.
Gotham War.
This says instead of gang war, spider war. Like everybody's tag teaming up on the this other version of Peter Parker, all of his friends. I'm not interested in that.
Hey, Silk at least showing up.
Hey, I like that.
Haven't seen her in a while. Sean, did you say which space character you wanted?
I didn't. Man, that's a good question. I don't really know. I don't really know.
Jean Grey?
Oh God. Nova, man. Where's Nova at?
He's just getting drunk in bars. Everyone writes Nova drunk in a space bar.
Every good story starts.
I guess so.
Well, I guess he's in Imperial now, so wait, was he? Yeah, he
Yeah.
was, right?
Yeah. He's the one that Jason hires to investigate the deaths. He's like a private eye or something.
Right. Very good. By the way, put up a poll in the chat. Are you excited for Spider-Man in space? Go ahead and cast your vote. Let us know if you are into this idea. I'm very excited to see what you guys have to say about it. There are other Spider-Man stories going on, other things happening in the Spider-Man space. But before we move on, do you guys think that this kind of status quo shift will quiet some of the people who are bored and tired of what they claim is the same old thing with Spider-Man?
There is nothing in the world, in any world, that will quiet Spider-Man fans.
This is a wild concept that hasn't been done in a long time. And we sat here and listed 3 times it's been done in the past 20 years in the first 5 minutes of talking about it. No, I don't think that.
All right.
And honestly, I love them all for it. It makes doing this kind of fun. I almost said Spider fans are never toxic. I I stopped from saying it. They are very toxic, but they're entertaining. It's like the class clown of fandoms.
Just watching them do the little hijinks.
Oh, that's the Snyder Bros, my man.
Oh boy.
Yep.
See, they want to buy tickets to Superman and then not go.
We gotcha.
It'll get help movie theaters out.
Yeah, that's great for me. You paid for the ticket, and I have one less shoulder to rub against. Thank you.
Those are like the dumbasses that thought it was a bright idea to go and buy copies of Captain America #1, where he ends it with saying "Hail Hydra." Like that was gonna, and then burn them after.
Burn them,
the fact.
yeah.
Like, that was gonna teach Marvel a lesson. Oh, we spent $3.99 to burn your comic, Marvel. You suck.
Hey,
Thanks.
they learned their lesson.
Burning-
He never hailed Hydra anymore.
And wouldn't burning the copies then make them even more expensive to get on the aftermarket? So driving the value of them up if there's less of them?
Dude, it's all a ploy, man.
I'll tell you what it did. It made these guys dumber because of all the
Yeah,
toxic
fumes.
fumes from that.
Oh my goodness, it's ridiculous. Atomic Hound, who I'm glad is with us, says 82 watching, 40 likes. Time to smash that like button. I completely agree. Let's get on that. Make sure you hit that like button. I'm going to end this poll, see what you guys are saying before we hit on the next bit of Spider-Man news. Are you excited for Spider-Man in space? 52% of you say, yeah, bring it on. Where 47% of you say, nah, I like my Spider-Man grounded. So largely you guys are into it.
How would you? I mean, I don't know if you can say largely. That is still a pretty even split.
Yeah. Overall, you guys are down. So that's good. Embrace change. Remember those days? Embrace change. It's good for you.
What was that a slogan for?
That was the Secret Invasion tagline.
Oh yeah,
With all those creepy ass fucking
was-
images. There was this is one of the creepiest things I've ever seen. It's a little girl eating an ice cream in a park, but her face is green. She's a Skrull. And there are all these normal kids around her, and she's just there licking her ice cream, and it just says embrace change. Oh
That's
God.
cool. That's
like
cool.
the fucking Men in Black test scene where Will
Yeah.
Smith kills the little girl
Yep.
and all the
I'm-
aliens are working out and stuff.
I see nothing wrong with somebody who looks a little different enjoying themselves.
Okay. You're the one who's gonna make out with the green skin
Oh, wait,
girl.
okay,
with
hold
the-
on,
with
hold
the, With the weird chin in the club. You're gonna land on that grenade, Tyler?
That's not a grenade. That's
Yeah, I'll
that
take
is
that.
that is
I'll
an
take that
undiscovered
grenade.
country. Is what that is.
That's a Saturday night.
If we have and you know jot this down. If we make contact, like Star Trek style, I'm Riker all the way. I'm Johnny Storm all the way. I'm trying it all out.
Alien genitalia are his specialty.
I'm figuring it out.
See, that feels like Marco to me. Marco's the one that I feel more will get down with the alien.
Not no mo.
In a relationship now. Now it's a
Nah.
conversation to have.
He's,
You know?
he's tame now.
Yeah, it's like, hey,
Oh, okay.
The tiger's been caged.
Let
It's a conversation that he has to have. It's one that he will have. But
let Crystal or who else? Let Crystal or Big Barda or one of these women land on Earth. I want to see how long that conversation.
okay, in real
lasts,
life, they're not
Marco.
going to look like humans. Let's be real. They're not going to be Kryptonian type situation. It's going to be more like that Ryan North recently with Johnny Storm, where he
Yeah.
like hooks up with like a Men in Black looking alien.
Yeah.
Like that's you got to be a
Marco
little
won't
more.
even have. He won't even have to explain that. Listen, if they don't have Earthbound genitalia, all bets are off. How can you say what cheating is when you're not even you're being invaded? You're being invaded.
No. It's an emotional thing. The emotional is
Ain't no emotions.
irregardless.
They might not even have emotion. All right, Marco doesn't need emotion to get down.
I just need a tentacle.
Gang.
This episode brought to you by Bad Dragon.
Oh no!
There you go.
Sean said crystal, and I genuinely thought he was about to start dropping Marco's X's. Oh no, Sean, stop!
It's like that sounds like a Latina.
Oh my God. Unreal. Common Sense with a 4.99. Tyler, did you read Darkhawk by Kyle Higgins? I like Connor Young. Ironically, Richard and Chris slash Nova and Darkhawk in space, while Sam and Connor are Earthbound.
I did read that, and I liked it a lot. That was fun. Um, I like how kind of a annoying jerk Darkhawk is. I mean, that Darkhawk run leads right into what Higgins did in Radiant Black. It's very similar. You can kind of see the bones of that there. I recommend it if you can check it out.
Awesome. All right, let's dive into our second Spider-Man news item. Again, we're talking comics here. Spider-Man isn't going to be torn in two only in the mainline series because none other than the legend himself, J. Michael Straczynski, is returning to Spider-Man for Spider-Man Torn. He's going to be teaming up with Pere Perez on art. We're going to get a new villain, as we always must. But this is going to be set in the past. It's going to be set in the college days of Spider-Man. So we're going to be getting Gwen Stacy. We're going to be getting Harry Osborn, Flash Thompson, sort of the classic supporting cast of Spider-Man. We're going to have, at least for cover for the first issue, a cover from Adam Hughes. I would imagine that Hughes will do the series of covers, but we don't know that for a fact. Yeah, that's about what we know to this point. I gotta say, JMS back on Spider-Man, getting actual credit on Spider-Man. I am very, very excited for this.
And the era, like that sweet spot of like college age, you still got your old people from high school, they went on to Empire State. Damn, that's just fun. That
Yeah.
goes back to like, at least from the classic stuff that I've read, old Amazing Spider-Man stuff. So it feels like a good corner, and you can kind of live there for what, 5 issues I think it is. So happy with that.
Yeah, I feel like this is exactly where people imagine Spider-Man. So it's the perfect spot for like an all-rounder Spider-Man story.
I've never really read JMS Spider Man outside of what did he do? No, he didn't even do One More Day, right?
He did.
He did.
Yeah, he did.
Okay, that's the only stuff I've read. So this does nothing for me. I think the Pere Perez art is the only thing that's like, oh, okay, I'm interested in seeing it at least. So I'll probably check out the first issue, but this is not sparking anything in me. The only thing that really sparks stuff in me is like the Adam Hughes Spider Man. He draws a good ass Spider Man. And I'd love when Spider Man has like a blacker blue in his costume. That's my favorite type.
It's interesting because JMS, he wrote Spider-Man for quite a period, but he wrote a very specific Spider-Man because he was still married at the time. So JMS never got to write a Spider-Man who is, in college and is, still learning and growing and evolving, nor did he ever get to write him as a bachelor. So I'm very interested to see how JMS will tackle the character from that perspective. I almost wish it was going to be longer than 5 issues, just because I don't care about whoever the new villain is. That's not the part that intrigues me. The part that intrigues me is seeing JMS tackle the interpersonal relationships of that time period. So I could do that for a dozen issues, quite frankly. That being said, the last time that JMS tackled a character in a long form situation at Marvel was the recent Captain America run. And for my money, that wasn't that good. So,
Can you
Oh,
refresh my memory?
not a fan of the flag waving landlord, huh?
Oh, it was
The
that
the
one.
true embodiment of America.
that wasn't the part that rubbed me the wrong way necessarily, but it wasn't exciting.
Yeah, I totally forgot about it. You were like JMS Cab, and I was like, when did he? And it wasn't until the landlord part that Cale brought up. I was like, oh yeah, he did do Cab recently. Oh shit, yeah.
Hey, it was a free building if I remember correctly. I
Not
don't
after he got there.
I don't think he was charging rent. But yeah, so that's the only thing that gives me cause to pause is does JMS still have the chops? Based on the cap run, the first half was all right. Tyler, you
Uh,
should read that. Oh, sorry, Marco. Go ahead.
I was gonna say, Sean, does this give you pause? But entertain me says for $2, Sean, you wouldn't make out with Green She-Hulk?
Okay, entertain me. Not only would I do that, I
Uh-oh.
would I would let She-Hulk do things to me that I can't even say on this podcast. All right, She-Hulk and Big Barda and Saturnine, right? The tall one from the X of Swords event. Those three live rent free in my head.
I
Just
didn't.
doing all the things.
Yeah, I didn't peg you for that type, Sean.
Whoa, I didn't say that.
Oh, you
That
didn't
is
even need
not.
to.
That
Neither
is
did he,
not
neither
what
did
I
he.
said.
You sure said they could do whatever they wanted.
That don't mean I didn't say they could do whatever they wanted. I said they could do things that I can't say on here. And the thing I'm
Hmm.
thinking about ain't that.
I don't know, chat.
Said
We'll
Gonna
have
said
hit,
to
gonna hit the Amazon pose on him.
rent free like
Google that
Captain
one.
America.
You're gonna have to hit up the Only Pals to find out what I'm thinking about. But it ain't that.
Not that there's
I
anything wrong with that, everyone. Just we're open here.
It's still June. Of course there's nothing.
speaking of things that are horrible and disgusting, I
Oh,
I you know am actually really interested in his Gwen Stacy, and I tragically would really love little seeds of Sin's past being planted.
for the little seeds choice of words is absolutely vile, Cale. But that aside,
That I swear that was an accident. I do apologize. I do tremendously apologize for that. But I again, I stand by that. That book. It's horror.
You like
The
Sid's
idea
past?
is horrible and awful, but again, it adds. Nope, I'm not going to say that either. It gives Gwen character. It elevates her from ingenue.
yeah.
You gonna say it adds folds to her?
Oh, I don't like that.
Listen, I I am a Sin's Past defender. I very much enjoyed that story. When I first read it, I wasn't aware of any controversy whatsoever, and I was just like, "Oh, this is crazy!
Yeah.
Wow, I can't believe this."
Yep.
So I am all for some seeds being planted, to use Cale's verbiage. Because why not? It's a story JMS told, and he should stand by it. It was good. Spiral Storm said, Cale, no, that was retconned. That's okay.
Uh, it wasn't when it happened, and now JMS is back. So, and he's back telling a story in the past. So, oops.
Let's do it.
Maybe not.
Let's do it. If this is not even gonna look realistically, how much of this is even gonna matter, right? So if this
Yeah.
isn't continuity anyways, let's go there. JMS's continuity is unto itself. So we
Yep.
can do that.
Yep. I do whatever I want.
So I think at one point we were talking about these like mid continuity stories they keep doing. Specifically, Spider-Man, they do a ton of them. There was like symbiote Spider-Man for a bit, and they were doing they were doing the old head books, like we said.
Yeah.
Now they're getting into our era. Are we the old heads?
We sure are.
When are we getting a new Avengers by Bendis?
Out the days.
Because you know what? I'm reading that shit.
I'm all in on that. You pass that.
Put Greg Land on the book too. I'm in.
Yeah, why not? Get everybody.
I love Greg Land. That is someone I will support.
Hell yeah. I'm a Greg Land stan. Apparently, we're just revealing all kinds of shit this episode, but you can jot that down. I love Greg Land. So yeah, this will be dropping in October. We'll get the first issue of Amazing Spider-Man Torn. I am very, very excited for this. This is the most, well, it's not the most exciting news. It's the second most exciting news.
So you're not torn on this. You're all in.
No,
Yeah.
no, I am all in. I am unified on this issue. What I am most excited for, this is where the nostalgia bait is catching me the hardest. Marvel is going to finally bring back Spider-Man the animated series.
What?
Not as an animated series. They're going to answer the question that I and many other viewers have had for 30 years. What the fuck happened to Mary Jane at the end of Spider-Man the animated series? For those of you who watched it, didn't watch it, at the end, they really threw us for a curveball with Mary Jane because Spider-Man finds out that she's actually a clone of Hydro Man or some shit like that. And then he finds out that the real Mary Jane went through a fucking hole that the Green Goblin opened up when he had that device that he got from, I think he got it from the Spot or something like that. He got a
Something like
device that opens holes in reality, and she went through it, and Spider-Man couldn't go. So he, at the very end of the series, after he meets Stan Lee, he tries to go on an adventure to find Mary Jane. This series will answer the question of what happened to Mary Jane, and hopefully he finds her. It will be written by J.M. DeMatteis and drawn by Jim Toe. Get the fuck out of here. What could they do other than relaunching the show that could be more exciting than J.M. DeMatteis on this?
Wait, so that GIF that I see of Spider-Man reaching out for Mary Jane and she just ghosts away, is that like the last episode?
No.
Okay. All right. I've never watched this, so this is a blind spot for me.
I don't know the GIF.
No, that's not the last episode. I'm pretty sure that's from it's one of two situations. It's either the one where she gets sucked into that fucking spot hole, or it's when he finds out that she's a clone of Hydro Man. Either way, there. Go ahead, Kill.
Did she turn into a puddle when that happened?
She turns into
Yeah,
a
she
puddle.
full on melts. Yeah.
Yep. Yeah. So
The fuck happened in that show, dude?
it's a wild show.
Bro, you gotta watch that show. It's good.
I've only ever seen bits and pieces of it. That and X-Men. The only reason I didn't was because of the animation. It just felt clunky and janky. I could never get past that. It was so hard for me.
The animation is what, as an adult, interests me. Like the way they drew Venom and the way Venom's lit in that cartoon, I love it. Even though I've never really watched it. I had the cereal as a kid. I remember eating the Kingpin marshmallows. They were good. Got stuck in my teeth. But I love the coloring of and it looks like they're keeping that too with this comic, which I really dig.
Yeah, the Venom from this, I love the way he looks.
Yeah.
Love it. It's too bad that the comic can't come with like that theme song, that like a little audio track of that theme song playing or something.
Just play it, or they should be like they should get into the gift the greeting card industry and have like a little button that they can press.
Well, they've already cornered the market on QR codes. Why don't they just do a Spotify link?
That makes too much sense.
Oh,
I agree.
that's a good idea.
Is that Moreland on the cover?
That's what a lot of people have been speculating about. And so if you can see the image of the cover, it's got all the classic villains from the show. Underneath MJ's knee, like literally directly under her knee, is a character that definitely, to my recollection, did not appear on the show.
Didn't exist.
I was thinking, huh?
He didn't exist at that point. He's a JMS creation, right?
Right. Well, when I first saw the image, I thought, could that be Alistair Smythe? Because Smythe played a big role on the show.
Okay.
But then I was like, no, that's probably not Smythe. And so people who are brighter than me said, oh, no, that's Moreland. And that makes sense.
Yeah, he's got the brooch and the deep peaks in
Yeah.
his hair. It's got to be.
Yeah.
And the skin tone too. And like from when you've described this, Green Goblin isn't in it often. It's mostly a Hobgoblin vehicle, right?
Yes.
I think Green Goblin is maybe only in it the one time.
Oh, okay.
He's in he has two storylines. One is
I
the
would have been
Goblin
like,
War
yeah,
with Hobgoblin, and then the second one is the one where he gets that crazy spot hole
yeah,
thing
yeah.
that sends MJ off. So yeah, Green Goblin not really a factor on this show. So it'll be interesting to see how he's used in the comic.
Gotta tell you, not this is not my nostalgia bait. I'm not too interested in this.
Sure.
I have memories of it. I know of it, but it wasn't a thing I was just like clamoring for. So, happy for you guys. We'll read. I'm sure we'll read the first issue or two, and maybe it is a thing of once I'm there with the art, with the story, because I do like DeMatteis. Um, and then what was it, Jim Toe? I'm struggling to see the art. I don't know if that's one of the original designers or storyboarders, whatever it might be, but um, if it fits the aesthetic, cool. It's really gonna have to sell me though.
Does this take the wind out of your sails, Sean and Cale, for a potential animated revival?
Mm-mm. Absolutely not.
Meaning, yeah,
Like they're
meaning
blowing their load
like
on this instead of doing a show.
I, hmm, I still want a show, but I could see them like putting this out there as a test case. And when it doesn't do as well as they think it will, or don't think it will, they're gonna shelve the project.
I gave up hope for a revival when the Friendly Neighborhood Spider-Man show became a thing, just because I
Yeah.
don't think they're going to have two Spider-Man shows on at the same time. This is a make good for all of us who wanted that but won't get it for now. I do think that the potential exists for us to get it in the future. I just think that future is years off, if ever.
Uh,
Go ahead.
I I'm not that excited about this. It's a TV tie-in comic. Those aren't good ever. Even the X-Men one wasn't great. And you know, all due respect to DeMatteis, I like a lot of what DeMatteis does, and I'm sure you know he'll put his whole DeMatteis in this, but that's just not it.
I completely understand not being excited about this. There's no like it's not necessary. But this is one of those spaces where it's like, hey man, they're finally aiming some of that nostalgia bait at me. I'm gonna indulge. Fuck it. Finally.
That MJ melting trauma is something I healed a long time ago. I don't need to reopen that wound.
I'm still wondering where she's at. Where did she go? That fucking hole she went in was crazy.
In 30 years, she's dead. Wherever she went, she ain't it.
Spiral Storm hit us with a 20. Thank you so much, dude. This is the Spider-Man comics news, the best Spider-Man comics news since Renew Your Vows. This show was important to me as a kid and was one of the things that made me a comic fan and shaped Spider-Man as my favorite hero. Been waiting for this for years. Spiral, I could have written that. Thank you so much. I feel seen by you. I could have written what you just wrote. This is exactly what I've been waiting for. And I hope that for all of us Spider-Man the Animated Series lovers, this delivers.
I do
Hopefully.
hope that.
Yeah, I hope this
Yeah.
does well. Like, I hope that they can then continue some other canceled animated series shows in comic book form.
Such as.
Avengers Earth's Mightiest Heroes. I loved that cartoon, man. It's a Disney XD, I think. If they can continue
Oh.
that world.
Sorry, sometimes I forget I'm so much older than you. There was also an Avengers with Ant-Man as the leader.
Yeah, that was I remember that one too. That was a very Oof. People are getting into anime. Let's make these suits a little more.
Ah,
I remember the Ant Man suit being weird, man. What was it? Avengers cartoon.
Wasn't that from the 90s?
yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I remember.
I think you're not going far
United,
enough
United,
back.
they stand. Is the one I'm thinking of. If that's what we're thinking of.
Oh yeah, that's it.
With Tiger on it. This is that. So that Tigra was in the Chippendales movie, the Rescue Rangers movie.
Really?
There's a bit where that Chippendale are they're washed up actors, so they go to
Yeah, yeah,
a
yeah.
convention, and Tigra is one of the supporting characters. It's the same voice actress. It's that same Tigra. Tim Robinson plays the ugly version of Sonic, the live
Yeah,
action.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
It's fun. It's a whole bunch of like washed up cartoon characters signing autographs now.
That's really good.
Yeah, and that Tigra was in it.
United they stand.
Man, that Ant Man costume is weird. This is like around Beetleborgs and stuff, from what I remember.
Yeah. Yep.
I dig it.
It's different.
Kenneth Williams hit us with a 4.99 super chat. When I was 5, I came home from Islands of Adventure. We went to Blockbuster and I checked this out. This changed my brain chemistry forever. Yeah, dude. I think a lot of us even underestimate how much these shows impacted us and are part of the reason why we're here right now. Like,
Yep.
how many of you in the chat would be here sitting with us if it wasn't for some of these animated series?
Batman.
Man,
Yeah.
I'm looking up '90s Marvel animated series, and there was that one season of Ultra Force, the Malibu comic super team.
Oh my.
It didn't do
Wow.
well.
Common Sense, X-Men Evolution. That was my jam.
Yeah,
That's the thing that if they were gonna bring something back, bring that shit back.
Kitty and Rogue dancing the same way Buffy and Faith did.
That. Not a fan of that show though. I didn't
Spike?
Spike. Oh, there we go. Spike was sick.
Yeah. It just I just like I don't know. I like the original. I don't like that they made them younger. But I know that that show was huge for I know that that show was huge for a lot of people.
I think that comic would sell too if they continued X Men Evolution
Yeah.
in comic form. There's a
Yeah.
big fandom for that.
I'd pick
Just in terms of like character design, has influenced a lot of modern animation. Really,
It wouldn't surprise me if there were a sizable chunk of people who are comics readers who that is their show.
yeah, yeah, for sure.
Yeah. That was my show for the animation. It plays such an important part for me. That was much more fluid than anything else.
Yeah. Yep.
It had the orange, brown Wolverine too.
That was a
Yeah,
good
fuck
suit.
yeah.
Yeah.
I love that Cyclops suit.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's good.
I remember there was Burger King toys.
Yep. Yep.
Oh yeah.
I can smell it. Like I can smell opening up one of those toys in like the play zone
Yeah.
with like the all those like Burger King kids. Man, it's those new recipe fries are coming back to me in my nose right now.
I love the back and forth right now in the chat.
That's exactly what I was about
Yeah.
to bring up, Marco. Yeah, like there's some people saying X-Men Evolution was way better than the 90s, people saying that the X-Men Evolution sucked, so it's all over the map. It's all over the map. You guys are funny. Oh man. Spectacular Spider-Man is more my generation, but I watched this show so much back when VCRs were a thing. That's what Jay Sage said. Spider-Man has had some fucking fire shows. Ultimate Spider-Man.
Sean, what do you think? In Monster Design, bring this up. He says the showrunner John Semper came out saying they didn't consult with him on this Spider-Man '94 comic, so it's not the real vision specifically for a follow-up. I did see that he kind of was like, "Oh, didn't know this was happening."
All right. So here's the quote from John Semper. He said, quote, "No, I am not involved with this comic book, and no one approached me to be involved in any way." He said that on social media. People, were asking him about his thoughts and whether he was going to have any involvement. He said, quote, "They are not my creative choices, nor do they represent any oversight by me. I have long ago abandoned all expectation that Marvel would acknowledge any of my contributions to the Marvel Universe." He feels that he created the Spider-Verse because of the episodes of Spider-Man where post Secret Wars, which the show also tackled, Spider-Man encounters various versions of himself from across the multiverse who have to team up to defeat Spider Carnage. I have always said that that was the origin of the Spider-Verse. I don't see it any other way. That concept did not come from the comics. To my knowledge, it came strictly from this show. And so he's right. And he will never get the credit that he deserves for that. And I think it's horseshit because it's a stolen concept. There's no doubt about it. But that being said, he does wish J.M. DeMatteis well. I believe DeMatteis had some involvement in the initial show, whether he wrote a couple of episodes or what was a producer, whatever it was. Back then, it was extremely commonplace for current comic book writers to take part in these shows. So, it is what it is. And I do want to throw this out too. John Semper, for his part, still working actively. He's got a new show coming out called Weather Hunters that will be on PBS in September. So I was happy to read that for his part. He's still active, still seeing success. But as we say regularly on this show, it would be nice if Marvel would involve some of the people who make this shit happen. They don't have to, but it'd be nice.
They'd have to pay people to do that, though.
Couldn't do that. Recognition only.
It's ridiculous. It's ridiculous. Like, who better to say what happened to Mary Jane than the guy who did what happened to Mary Jane in the first place? I don't know.
Out of curiosity, I looked at what Weather Hunters is. It's an Al Roker cartoon.
Yep.
Cool.
Cool.
Yeah. It's like him and his family hunting weather anomalies.
Hell yeah.
Neat. Yeah.
We've got a little time. So there's actually a fourth Spider-Man story that I want to bring up.
Oh, God bless you. Lord.
The story got him.
Hey, while we're here, we have a little time. I don't know what Sean's about to talk about, but hey, let's save PBS.
Agreed.
Tyler, I don't know what's going on with you. You keep hitting your microphone. It's not working.
I'm hitting it the wrong direction. I thought I was off. Yeah. I was going to say I agree. I don't think we have control over that, but there needs to be, like, where we will watch our cyber chases, our Arthurs, our Between the Lions,
Sesame Street.
Well, that's on
Dragon
Netflix
Tales.
now. Netflix has Sesame Street, so they bought that.
Arthur.
Yeah.
Yep.
Zaboomafoo, R.I.P. But
Okay. Yeah.
Now we're talking.
They're funded by viewers like you.
Mm-hmm.
It's funny.
They helped us out. Let's help them out.
Funded by viewers. That's funny. I've never donated.
Me either.
You didn't get a
Y'all
tote
are
bag?
the reason it's failing.
Well, I don't know.
Right.
We'll have to check I think their voting history is okay there.
Uncanny Suit said, I assume the comic is just an adaptation of the scripts for the unmade season. No, these are J.M. DeMatteis original scripts. So you will be getting new stories.
If those exist.
If those exist. Yeah, I was going to say, like, where would that be? In somebody's drawer? Maybe? And they didn't consult the guy, so.
And he probably wouldn't have gotten paid for it if they exist.
True. They would have got canceled.
So, real briefly, I feel like we can talk about the other major Spider-Man news that dropped this week that we didn't come prepared to talk about, but we've got a little bit of time, so I think we can handle it. This one is movie related, though. And I am going to give you guys the news. It may be news to you because it really just broke yesterday. But before I do that, I want to shout out the people who make this podcast possible. PBS is sponsored by viewers like you. The Comics Pals are sponsored by viewers just like you. Some of those viewers are you. Some of you are here with us right now because the Comics Pals is sponsored exclusively by our patrons and by our channel members. Thank you so much to all of you. I want to take a quick moment to give a special shout out to our Palsverse legends, the Hound of Justice, Atomic Hound, Starcross Catherine Stars, the Red Spiral, Spiral Storm. All three of those people here with us today. Adam and Bernie, the Best Boy, the Spear of Judgment, Jay's Jumble, Jalen Jackson, the Sanguine Sorcerer, Safe Haven, Hayden's Hideout, who's with us. And I also want to say thank you to Palsverse members, the Nice Talker Harris Dajinski, who is with us, Brian Demolished Del Pozo, Kefis the Incorruptible, Momentum Mike Elliott, Dan the Truth Trudeau, Marley Manastorm, Slow Flow Dameron, Christian Uncaged, who is with us, always laughing, the Spear of Justice, Izzy's Issues, who is with us, the Great Destroyer, Hyper Viper 89, Robert Runback Cashaback, Pete the Dreamweaver Collins, James Just Jamming Jones, who is in the chat, Paul Powerhouse Smith, Neon Knight the Cosmic Avenger, who is in the chat, Matthew the Shade Cosmo, BJ Kicks, the Living Blade Boss from Deer, the Grand Alchemist, Chop Harder Alchemist, John Barrier B, and Doomsday, David Melendez Doria. If you did not hear your name, you will a little bit later on. Thank you all so much for your support. Really, really appreciate y'all. Okay.
That's Wishbone.
What's that?
How could we forget Wishbone?
Wishbone, yeah, that's a oversight on our part.
What are you talking about?
You know
You're
Wishbone?
Marcos Young.
He's a dog that goes. They tell a famous story, and the dog is the main character in the story. The dog Wishbone.
Little what kind of dog was he? He was a Jack Russell.
Jack Russell Terrier.
Yeah.
I don't
The
know
famous one
what-
being Sherlock Holmes,
Yep.
Robin Hood. Okay, I'm
Okay.
finished.
So, Spider-Man, Brand New Day is the next Spider-Man film. And every one of them so far, the MCU ones at least, have had Spider-Man teaming up with another character. Brand New Day will continue that history by teaming Spider-Man up with none other than John Bernthal's The Punisher.
What?
Yes, Marco.
Oh, little baby Tom Holland can't do anything himself.
I just like the idea of John Bernthal, like Scorpion finally shows up, the one from the first movie, and then Punisher just blows his brains out. Spider-Man has to deal with that now.
I like this. Wait, say more. Are you gonna say more?
No, that's it. That's the headline.
Unfortunately,
No, we're
there
done.
really isn't anything more to say. But I mean, to me, it makes perfect sense. So the Punisher actually debuted in Spider-Man, and he was trying to kill him. So that, from that perspective, it makes a lot of sense. And then also consider the fact that this is a young, impressionable Peter whose primary mentor to this point has been Iron Man, who's now dead. Spider-Man is going to be going back to the streets. We're going to get a more street level Spider-Man. Punisher is like an anti-mentor. I could see a scenario where Peter actually wants to hurt Punisher for what he does. Because he will be causing a lot of bloody war in the streets of the MCU.
Isn't the rumor too that it's going to be a more street level, like, female lead villain as well?
There have been a lot of rumors as far as the villain. Almost undoubtedly, it will be a street level character.
Yeah.
I don't know that it will specifically be a villain. I have seen a lot of people talk about Mr. Negative. I've seen people talk about the Kingpin, although I don't think that's going to actually happen. I've seen rumors about a woman, but I've seen Black Cat a lot. Sadie Sink as Black Cat.
Yeah, I saw that, and I did see, like, they did cast a woman in an unspecified role. I forget the name. It's a long name. So people are, I see some people speculating, like, Madam Mask as a possibility as well. I'm cool. I want a street level Spider-Man. I'm down for this. I don't know where the Hulk fits into all this, because he's also in this. They just throw Hulk into any movie at this point, just because they can't do their own movie with Bruce Banner. Maybe he just becomes Spider-Man's science mentor. at some point. So that's weird. But yeah, I'm cool for, Black Cat, Punisher, Madam Mask, maybe a Tombstone, that kind of level stuff. And then if they can bring Scorpion back from his first role, that could be fun. Yeah, I'm cool with this. It's weird. I like John Bernthal a lot. I know there's also rumors of like not a Netflix, a Disney Plus like one shot for him.
Yeah,
Uh, rumored for like next year. Like they were filming
that's
it or something.
happening.
Yeah,
I'm
is it
pretty
confirmed?
sure.
Okay,
Yeah,
yeah.
I'm pretty sure.
So it'd be cool to see where that probably bridges Punisher's status quo between Daredevil seasons. But yeah, it'd be cool to see. I think I like John Bernthal as Punisher a whole lot. There's an intensity that I think would be really weird against Tom Holland's Spider-Man, in a good way.
I almost prefer if they didn't have a villain. Like I like the idea of dueling. Well, like I like the idea of dueling philosophies in taking down villains. Like they're both going after the same guys. If there is a kingpin, if there is a tombstone, like they're trying to dole out the same kind of justice, just in different ways, and that's what the end battle is.
I like that, but that's literally his role in Daredevil.
Well,
Like that's the dynamic that Daredevil has with him.
sure. Yeah.
I do hope Daredevil shows up. That's a team up that I've been wanting in film or in some world since I've been reading comics. Daredevil and Spider-Man are great together.
There was that. I wouldn't say it was a tease, but there was that little bit in the last Spider-Man
Yep.
movie
Matt Murdock.
where he was his lawyer. So that could play into things as well. We don't quite know. I see people in the chat suggesting that Sadie Sink is playing Firestar. Um, that that could play. I feel like that doesn't really fit the street level motif if that's the road that they're definitely going down. But we've never gotten a Spider-Man movie like that. We've never ever gotten a Spider-Man movie that focused on the gangs that Spider-Man takes down. So I think that this is the perfect time to do something like that.
Yeah.
And Firestar is the bridge between Spider-Man and X-Men.
That's very true.
Oh.
Unless Iceman's the only other one.
Sure.
Johnny
I like it.
Storm?
Not an X-Men?
Well, not an X-Men. I'm just
That's-
thinking.
Oh.
I'm just thinking there's
You're just
another
throwing names
connector.
out there. Okay. Yeah.
Just throwing out. There's another connector there for some sort of association. Now that we have that coming out.
Marco, would you like to list more characters that you know?
I would like to hear this. Name more Spider-Man related non-Spider-Man characters. Oh, he's on the spot. He's buckling. He's buckling.
I am. I'm trying to name a woman right now.
Name one woman.
Fuck.
He's turning as red as Spider-Man right now.
No. I'm failing. I practiced for this and I'm failing.
You need one of those Nathan Fielder rehearsal type situations next time.
I don't know what that is.
Okay.
Unbelievable. What was I gonna say? Oh yeah, Hayden's Hideout says I need Michael Mando's Scorpion. That's the character that I really hope we get. And I've seen rumors about Scorpion appearing in this one. They've got to pay that off. They've got to pay that off.
You think they ever pay off the Vulture?
No, of course not. That's the Sony side of things. That shit is fucked. He got sucked into a space hole.
Morbius is street
Morbius
level.
sucked him off. We're never getting him back.
Oh, we are not getting Morbius back at all, especially after the most recent batch of Jared Leto news. Accusations, let's say.
Yeah,
the least surprising accusations in history.
yeah.
Spiral Storm says, I never watched those Netflix shows. Are those shows MCU canon now? They've always been MCU canon up until the point that they might decide to change anything that happened in them, and then that thing won't be canon. But because the Daredevil show is canon to the MCU, the one on Disney Plus, and because that show is a direct follow-up to the rest of the Netflix stuff, that canonizes all of that, and they'll change whatever they need to at will. So the answer is yes, with a caveat.
And
Um,
it's funny. I think the other rumor is that Marvel's TV strategy is to essentially do what Netflix did going forward, right? Like I read like they're trying to focus more on street level stuff because Daredevil did so well and it was well received.
all I've seen in regards to that is that they're going to be literally using those same exact characters
Yeah,
going forward. But I don't know if that's the strategy for the whole of the uh, television
I
universe.
need my
Okay.
Coulter back, man. I love this Luke Cage.
Yeah. Well, I mean, him and Kristen Ritter and the Iron Fist guy are like they're all but confirmed. Like
Well, Kristen Ritter's
everyone
confirmed. Yeah,
knows. Yeah, everyone knows they're all coming back, but they haven't said, like, I know they said Kristen Ritter, but the others they haven't like laid it down, but it's happening.
it's gotta.
Yeah.
It's gotta.
Yeah. I personally, this is exactly what I needed to hear for this movie.
Hmm.
Um, because it's different. We haven't had Punisher in a movie. I mean, since I can't remember what it was.
Warzone,
Thank you. Yeah,
which is a phenomenal movie.
I haven't seen it.
It's got McNulty as Jigsaw.
Yeah, hell yeah, dude. That doesn't
Yeah.
even make sense, but I love it.
It's literally Punisher fighting his way through a building. It's the raid. It's Dread. It's what's his
All right,
face?
I'm in.
He just passed recently too. The actor. He was in the Ahsoka show. He was Volstagg.
Ray Wise?
No, Ray Wise did pass, but Ray. I think it was another Ray. It's not Ray Liotta either. No, Ray Wise is alive. Ray Liotta died. Ray somethingson?
Stevenson.
Yeah.
He died.
He did,
Yeah.
yeah. He
Oh,
died
man.
while Ahsoka was still coming out. I think
It
they
was
had to
like the
recast him.
third episode or something. Yeah.
I think they recast him
Wow.
with the guy who plays the Hound in Game of Thrones. He's a great Punisher. It's all like that Punisher Warzone is a force of nature Punisher. You know what I mean? It's more like Greg Rucka's run, where it's like, oh, he's just a whirlwind.
Cole says, I hope we get some dynamic street fight scenes with Destin Daniel Cretton. I like the Holland movies, but John Watt's direction for action left something to be desired. I agree with you. Yeah, I don't think those were particularly good action movies. Um, and I was recently thinking about Spider-Man 1 and 2, like the original ones. And I have to say, Sam Raimi, man, what a beast. Like from an action standpoint, forget everything else we know that's great about those movies. From an action standpoint, how fucking good were those Spider-Man movies?
I forgot until recently how campy they are. Like the bit where the Green
Yeah.
Goblin bomb goes off and they turn to skeletons. Like,
Yeah.
it's goofy as hell.
Green Goblin versus Green Goblin versus Spider-Man was amazing. The train fight between Doc Ock and Spider-Man. Come on.
I have one of my close friends. Her dad was head of special effects on those movies.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, I think she might have a pumpkin bomb somewhere.
Whoa.
But how could it be? Go ahead.
I was just saying that's cool as hell. Wish I had a pumpkin bomb.
How could it be that the best Spider-Man combat on screen was 20 years ago?
Yeah, I like
Quit
as much
paying
as
for
I.
stuff.
Yeah, as much as I generally enjoyed No Way Home. They're getting a little too big for their britches. I want something a little more grounded. I don't want to see multiversal Spider-Man. I don't want to see Spider-Man in space. Like, just give me one where like he just has to, hold up the subway from collapsing on people, like that famous cover. I want to see like Spider-Man get his ass kicked just from getting punched. Like I know we shit on Ramita sometimes is art, but like that Tombstone fight at the end of Zeb Wells' run, like that's Spider-Man to me, where he's just getting his ass kicked and he just doesn't relent.
Yeah. And that again, that's why I'm glad that they're going the brand new day route with this film because it looks like it's going to be more grounded and lower, to the New York streets, which is where Spider-Man belongs. Fuck that going to Europe and all that. I mean, what Americans go to
Yeah,
Europe?
yeah, fuck that.
Fuck Europe. Good thing Kale's not there.
Man,
If only.
if only. You imagine the healthcare I'd have? Oh,
Imagine Cale just shows up in Marco's slide like panel, like he just walks in the background.
Oh man. All right. So that's the spider block for this morning. Um,
the spider web.
the spider web, if you will. I always
I
love
will,
to get
thank you.
I always love to get to talk Spider-Man on here. Um, and it's nice that I'm actually excited for every single one of these announcements. So hopefully they pan out. We've got a lot more show to do, a lot more to talk about, so don't you go anywhere. This was a massive news week, and we've got some good updates on the Batman Deadpool crossover comic. So you're definitely going to want to hear more about that and what we have now learned. A new digital comics platform has entered the fray. Got big thoughts about that.
Yes, it
Robert
did.
Kirkman is putting out a new comic. Robert Kirkman, the indie god, is putting out a new comic, so we're going to talk about that. Lots of stuff to get into. Now, you guys know that Jonathan Hickman's Fantastic Four won the Patreon book club poll, which means that this Tuesday, the 24th of June, is when we will be discussing that run on the book club. Now, we're going to talk about the 5 Dark Reign issues, and then we're going to do the first 25 issues of the actual core run. So start now if you haven't. I actually have not started
Oof.
I
because
neither.
because I've recently read this, so I'm like, I don't need to read it again. I just read it a month ago. I do need to read it again.
It's Hickman. He might need to read it multiple times.
So I got a lot of work to do.
Now, there was some chatter in the book club thread on Discord. Just to clarify some of the numbers here. So it's Dark Reign, Fantastic Four 1 through 5. And then, according to a reading order off of Reddit and also Emily the goalie, we're looking at Fantastic Four number 570 up to that numbers wise, that makes it 599. But I guess the count starts over at 589. So it goes 570 up to 588, and then FF 1 to 11, and then 600.
We're in that era of
Yeah.
Marvel Comics.
Yeah.
This is why they relaunched with new number ones.
I mean, I go the other way because if they just didn't relaunch at all, it would be a straight line.
I don't
They
mind a straight
fucked it
line.
up.
This would have been before
Yeah.
Legacy was a thing, right? Legacy numbering also being. This is when they were just relaunching them.
Yeah, I think so. I don't think legacy numbering was on the books quite yet. It's a headache, but again, we all know how to internet. Use the Google machine. You know what the Jonathan Hickman Fantastic Four run consists of. Read those issues. If you're buying a collected edition, it will not be complicated for you at all. Just read the first 25 issues of what is there, and you'll be good to go. But in the spirit of that, we've got to present our top 5 Fantastic Four characters. No, I don't mean Reed, Sue, Johnny, fucking Ben, and, fucking Richard or whoever. I mean any characters who have a long history of association with the Fantastic Four, their supporting cast, their enemies, all of that. We're doing number 2 today. Marco,
Well,
kick us off, please.
my number 2 is Franklin Richards. So, I first came into contact with this character actually in this run that we've been reading. So it's been really fun to realize that this is what I'd read in the past, and I really enjoy the character for initially the silliness, the like charisma of a child, and then the evolution of the character. And then the next time that I came into contact with Franklin Richard was actually in Onslaught, where he's a key component of the terrors that Onslaught is trying to commit, the horror and the danger that he's trying to leverage with Franklin Richards, and the realization of how powerful he can be and how untapped he is. It feels like Jack Jack, in not in the like power set, but the versatility, the potential of what that is. And so I really like the character. I like to see where he's been going, how he's been growing, how he plays a role in the FF run that we've been reading. So I'm maybe a little more than halfway through it, I think. So I'm excited to see how I have to get to the FF stuff, but I'm excited to see how he continues to grow.
I like how Marco's first introduction to Franklin Richards is a story with Onslaught and X-Man.
No. Previously to that, it was this run, and then I happened to have read
This
years
run
ago.
as in Hickman.
Right, yes.
Oh, okay. Well, I thought you were saying this run. You meant the current one. Okay.
No.
Got it.
Yeah.
I'll go. Mine is Valeria Richards. Valeria is might be my on my list. She's my top Richards person. And even if I included the actual Fantastic Four, I think she still would have been up there. I just think she's such a breath of fresh air in that family. She's strangely, I think, the most responsible one. Maybe outside of Sue, like Reed, Ben, Johnny, they're always screwing up. Franklin always having a hissy fit at some point.
Even Sue, though, she's still putting her kids out there like that.
Yeah. Even in the current the story that is happening currently in the Fantastic Four, she's the one that has to save everyone. Valeria is the one who has her head most on her shoulders, is a genius, but in a way that's not like Reed. She's much more creative, I think, than Reed. And I think that everyone knows it. And then just that dynamic between her and Doom is one of my favorite dynamics in comics. It humanizes Doom to an extent that really he needs. Previously it was his mom. Like, there's always someone that he does have an emotional tether to that grounds him to earth, really, and kind of keeps his ego in check. And Valeria has been that for a good amount of time. And it's strangely wholesome. That could be weird, and it's not in the comics. It's very, it's admirable in a way. I just really enjoy it, and Valeria, I think, is anytime she shows up, I'm like, hell yeah, things are actually gonna get fixed for once. Good to see.
My number 2 is Alicia Masters, the Thing's wife. She's a blind woman that meets Ben Grimm and can see the humanity in him despite his outward appearance. And what I really love about Alicia is she's one of the people that makes Ben feel human. Like, he doesn't have to be a monster, even though he looks like one. I really love that for the character. Ben. I love that for Ben because so much of his early runs, his early characterization is, oh, he's a monster. He'll never have his life back together. And, that weight is carried across the Fantastic Four. But, when Ben is able to sort of divorce himself from that, it makes the family so much lighter and so much more fun. And I think the inclusion of Alicia Masters to that, I really think it's beneficial for the family and the title as a whole.
Dang, Cale. Pick a character that can pass the Bechdel test, huh?
Damn. Okay. Wait do you hear my number one?
Wow. My number two is Galactus. I have talked a lot about my love for Galactus, so I won't belabor it too much. But what I do want to highlight is that I think Galactus is the reason why the Fantastic Four should exist. More than Doom, I think Galactus exemplifies the kind of conflict that the Fantastic Four can uniquely solve because he utilizes the genius of Reed in a way that other villains really don't. And he represents the kind of threat to Earth that we need the Fantastic Four to protect us from. I think the movie, although I obviously haven't seen it, identifies that really well by using Galactus as kind of the quintessential like Earth is being invaded, we need our heroes type of story. Galactus is a perfect foil for that. Um, you need the strength of Ben. You need the genius of Reed. You need the firepower and flying of Human Torch, and you need Sue's ability to keep this family together and to use her powers to beat a villain like Galactus. And so I appreciate him as a character within the Fantastic Four universe, but then also the fact that his unique nature can challenge the beliefs of the team as it relates to this kind of character because Galactus isn't actually villainous in nature. He is a force of nature. And I appreciate the fact that he exists in this kind of nebulous space of, you know, a banal evil. What he does is evil, but he himself is not evil. And so, how do you deal with that? I love that he forces the Fantastic Four to ask that question. I love the way they deal with Galactus, and I just love Galactus. So he's my number two. Next week, we will get into our number one picks. So make sure you tune in for that. I see some people, at least a couple, drop their countdowns in the chat as well. We got one from Brian 12ish who says his number 5 is Black Bolt, number 4 is Galactus, number 3 is Black Panther, number 2 Thing, number 1 Doctor Doom. All right. I see it. I see it.
Kurt Wildshit says Sean auditioning for next Herald.
Nah,
Get the application there.
no, I'm good.
Get to turn silver, bro.
Well, not everyone
I'm
turns
good.
silver.
Great point.
A, not everyone turns silver. B, I'd rather be black.
Even Silver
Silver
Surfer was
Surfer
black.
Black
There it is.
Surfer. I'm down.
Oh,
I'm down. I'm with that. Okay. Let's dive into the news. We've got a bit of news here, and we're going to kick things off with the Marvel and DC crossover. So we obviously know that Batman and Deadpool are on the marquee, and we know that Zeb Wells, Grant Morrison, fucking why am I blanking? Dan Mora and oof,
You got it. You got it.
Greg Capullo.
There it
Thank
is.
you. We know that all of them are telling the main story proper.
I was hearing Beetlejuice in my head talking to John. Like, you got it. Come on, spit it out. Spit it out. This is a reference to some Howard Stern stuff for Sean.
32.
Oh, Marco knows Beetlejuice. Good to know.
I was so lost in what you were just saying that I thought you were talking about Beetlejuice the movie.
So did I.
Oh, I was
Yeah.
talking about Stuttering John and Beetlejuice.
So we know now, though, the rest of the creative teams and characters that will appear in the crossover. So Marvel, DC, Deadpool, Batman number 1 is going to feature Daredevil and Green Lantern by Kevin Smith and Adam Kubert,
Green
Captain
Arrow.
America and Wonder Woman by Chip Zdarsky and Terry Dodson, and Jeff the Landshark and Crypto by Kelly Thompson and Guri Hiru.
Green Arrow, not Green Lantern, Sean.
I'm sorry, Green Arrow.
I think I called 2 of these. And we talked about it. Mostly because I didn't want this Kevin Smith one to happen. Um, yeah, it's happening. It's got Chichetto. It's cool that Chichetto had time to draw. So
He did the cover for
yeah,
the.
yeah. Um,
He did. I want to say it. He did the cover
yeah.
for the Daredevil Green Arrow variant.
Which I hate these variants still say Deadpool Batman.
Yeah,
I mean,
I
what are you
saw.
gonna do?
I
I,
saw
I
the
know,
promo
I know you
images.
can't not do it, but there's gotta be a better way.
Huh. It's not called something. It's Deadpool Batman.
And the other one's Batman
Yeah,
Deadpool.
Yeah,
yeah.
Oh, can't believe we're paying money for this.
I saw this and I thought, oh, somebody's making some cool fan art. Oh, that's nice. They kept the header and all that kind of thing.
No, I mean, I think the Chichetto, it looks cool. I like his Green Arrow. It's something I've never seen before.
Yeah.
I think it's rad. I just don't like Kevin Smith. I mean,
I do like Kevin Smith. And his Daredevil and Green Arrow are actually a pair of my favorite runs on both characters. Um, so I don't know if I need them to cross over.
did he even finish his runs on either of those?
Uh, Arrow definitely has an ending.
Daredevil doesn't, notoriously doesn't. There was like a script that was there was like a mini series that came out. It was like a Bullseye one. Sean, we talked about this when we did the Daredevil
Yeah,
thing
yeah,
at
yeah, yeah,
for
yeah,
Near
yeah.
Men.
I don't remember.
You can tie that up, man. I don't know.
Nah, he won't. Don't
No, he
worry.
won't. He won't.
Yeah, I'm into this. I haven't read a Kevin Smith comic that I can recall. So I really don't have an opinion on him as a writer. But Adam Kubert's really good, and I think that this team up makes a lot of sense. So I'm into that. Captain America and Wonder Woman by Chip Zdarsky and Terry Dodson sounds fire.
That sounds
I
cool.
wish
Hell
they
yeah.
would have put out a cover for that too, just so I can visualize that. But that's a great combo.
That's something to pop off for and look forward to.
I don't think Chip's ever written Wonder Woman, from what I know.
Not that I can recall.
Not even in like a Wonder Woman story in his Batman run. Like she's pretty much not around, and he didn't do too much at DC. Yeah, that one's a bit of an unknown quantity outside of Terry Dodson on art, which is like hell yeah. Terry Dodson Wonder Woman can be. I can see that as much as he would like to draw it.
Yeah. I like that they found a non-woman to pair with Wonder Woman because I don't think that characters should be sequestered by gender. Like, yeah, let her cross over with Captain America. I think that's an interesting pairing, regardless of their gender.
Have you guys checked out any of Matt Fraction and Dodson's Adventure Man comics from Image?
I've
Forget about those.
I've read maybe an issue or two. I want to say.
It's very Rocketeer coded. Cale.
Yeah, yeah. There was a recent one, no?
Yeah,
That
there
came out
was.
maybe
Yeah,
like a few months ago.
it's still a relatively ongoing series in some kind of mini series title or whatever. Like Dodson still has it in terms of like interior art. Like we don't really see him as much in Big Two, but like man, there's something about a Terry Dodson chin that just works. And it'll be cool,
Especially
to see
for
him.
that era.
Yeah, and like the idea of like very patriotic characters with Cap and Wonder Woman teaming up, even though it's written by a Canadian. So we'll see. But no, I think that's really cool.
Crimson Chin by Terry Dodson coming your way.
It's also worth pointing out that these are backups, so it's not as if we're getting long form stories. But hopefully they will be enjoyable nevertheless. And then the last one is Jeff the Landshark and Crypto by the creators of Jeff the Landshark, Kelly Thompson and Guri Hiru. I think that is super cool. Good for them.
Yeah. This is the one I wanted too. These guys are hot right now. Jeff, huge for Marvel. Crypto, soon to be huge for DC. Strike while the iron's hot, and at least they recognize this and they're going to do it. And I don't think Guru Hero's done something at DC since Superman Smashes the Klan, right?
I don't know.
So that'd be cool to see them tackle this. Yeah, I love this. Cool. It's cool that Kelly's doing it as well. Strangely, I think in terms of the Deadpool Batman book, I might be most excited for the Jeff Crypto team up. That's what's scratching my itch right now.
so to speak.
Yeah, it's making my tail wag and my foot shake at the same time. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, this is rad. This feels very much like we know what we're capitalizing on in terms of mascots, and this makes a lot of sense. This feels well timed beyond the game and beyond the film coming out.
I'm most excited for Cap and Wonder Woman. Um, I know that's not as sexy as Deadpool and Batman, but I think that there's a little more meat on that bone, so to speak.
You know what? I think it's sexier, actually. There's nothing sexy about that team up.
To the general public, I mean, I think that Deadpool and Batman is it.
That's what sells the ticket.
That Rick and Morty heat.
I don't know what that means.
Like it's popular, but I'm annoyed with it.
Oh,
Is that how you view Rick and Morty, Cale?
The worst people you know are going to be talking about Batman and Deadpool, and jumping on the counter at McDonald's demanding Szechuan sauce.
Yeah.
Fuck.
You were alive during that craze, Marco. What are you surprised about?
I never understood the meme around it.
Yeah, no one did.
None of us four did. Yeah, I'm similarly thought about Rick and Morty as you, Cal. But yeah,
and
but
I like Rick and Morty. We don't have to talk about that.
Ooh, that's an
Thank
admission.
goodness.
The Deadpool and Batman part of it is the least exciting for me.
Does this take away the heat for that?
It doesn't take away the heat. This is just these backups are more interesting to me than that team up. The Morrison written one is interesting to me because it's a Morrison book. Like it could be any two Marvel DC characters, and I'd be interested in it because it's a Morrison book. So the Batman Deadpool is probably going to be enough to get me on it. It's Morrison Mora. I'm in. I mean, there could still be some massive team ups they do in that book too, because we don't even know any of the other creators that are going to be in that.
Yeah, that will certainly have its own list of team ups and backups and everything else. So we'll talk about that when the time is right. Joseph Wolf says, I wanted Wonder Woman Black Panther, but this is cool too. Wonder Woman Black Panther would have been awesome. I love that. That's a great call out.
Man,
Go ahead.
Black Panther would be a good character to really toss into this mix because, like, even before when Marvel and DC first crossed over, Black Panther's star hadn't risen to the heights it currently is. So, I don't know. There could be something interesting there. Although, like, they can't put Black Panther on a T-shirt anymore for Marvel. So, I don't know if you saw BJ make that tweet yesterday or something like that. It's like a Marvel Walmart shirt with all the characters on it except Black Panther.
I need a reference sheet to what you're talking about when you say it, because I just don't ever know what you're talking about.
I gave you the direct reference. I sent it to tweet.
Yeah,
you
but
had all the clues.
After. Yeah. Well, we will know more about the second crossover when it comes out. For this one, September 17th is when we will be getting the issue. So that should be fun.
Shortly.
Yeah. Batman #1 is on the horizon. If you can believe it, it's volume 5 of Batman. A character that has existed for about 100 years, only on his fifth volume. So that's the testament to DC's commitment to those big numbers. But we are getting a new #1. Interestingly, if you've been following the Scuttlebutt online, you will know that Jeff Loeb and Jim Lee are taking their sweet ass time with Hush 2. And so we don't actually know when that's going to fully resolve. I believe they were delayed a couple of months each, the rest of the issues that we have to get. And so there was a question mark about how that would affect Matt Fraction and George Jimenez's impending arrival on Core Batman. We now know that they will not be delaying it at all. We're still going to get this in September. And in addition to that, they are going variant crazy, variant wild, because we're going to get standard regular version. We're also going to get a giant size special edition, which is going to be 11 by 17, which the Bleeding Cool article says is the same size as an artboard. It's going to have the standard cover and a foil variant at $15 and $20, respectively. So if you want the giant version, you can get that, which they did for Hush 2 as well.
Yeah,
They
I
did a giant
got to
size
see one of
version.
those in person a couple weeks back.
Then we're also going to get covers from legends like Jim Lee himself, Mark Silvestri, Arif Prianto, J. Scott Campbell, Frank Quietly, bunch of other artists. A 1 of 25 variant by Andy Kubert, a 1 of 50 variant by David Aha. The main cover is going to be $4.99, $5.99 for the card stocks, and they are doing blind bags for Batman #1. Just like we just had with Invincible Universe Battle Beast, we are getting blind bags for Batman, which the blind bags are going to be, I believe I saw $9.99 a piece.
Yeah.
Do we know
Yep.
what's in those blind bags?
They are foil variants of the other
Ugh,
covers.
okay, yeah, you lost me. I hate foils. But I mean, hey, blind bat. That makes sense. I'm surprised I haven't made this gimmick. It works with the character.
You listed off a variant by Jim Lee. Hey, Jim.
That was the normal standard variant.
Hey, Jim. Go finish a book.
That's hilarious.
I'm
These
glad they're
covers
not.
are his,
Yeah,
they're his warm-up exercises now. They're not even.
honestly, dude, he had a Fortnite loading screen that was in Fortnite in the latest update. I'm like, buddy, what are you doing?
What are you doing?
He
We're not
he
here.
designed a whole new Superman skin. Has his signature on the skin. Buddy, stop drawing in 3 dimensions. You got some Hush to finish.
I definitely think that this makes sense. Like, one, to not delay the book, because the fact that it does get pushed out to October is wild, and that there wasn't enough foresight to expect this also seems wild. So I feel like they hurried Chip to finish up his run. Hey,
Yeah.
we gotta make room for this shit. Like, put a wrap on all that stuff. And now they're delaying this, and they're like, sorry, we can't keep. The people need their bat. It feels messy. It feels. This is a drop on the DCN that I haven't seen in recently.
I feel like we sort of talked about this when all this was announced. Like, I
Yeah.
feel like some of this was predicted.
The idea was like Chip's run felt like it had a definitive end, and then he had to keep going
Yeah.
because we were waiting for Hush 2. And everyone knows like Hush 2 does not matter in terms of like continuity. Like it you can just tell the story. I don't think it needs to be tied into this. And I'm glad they're not delaying this. I don't think they can afford to delay this book. Like this needs to come out. It's September, right? You said, Sean?
Yes.
Yeah, that's like DC's big month is September usually. Something big comes out at DC on September's. So they need to keep this going. And honestly, I'm excited. I think the Batman proper has not been my cup of tea for a while. And I'm excited for Matt Fraction, which I just learned is a pen name.
Yeah.
Yeah, the fraction part is.
Yeah, I didn't realize that. I didn't know he was. I know Chip is and everything like that, but that surprised me. Yeah, I still don't understand the cardstock of it all. I know you've described it, Sean, but is there a floppy and a cardstock version of every cover?
So not you mean for this particular book, or?
And I thought that was like
In
an in
general?
general thing for DC.
So the cardstock covers are variant covers that just have like they're
Yeah.
cardstock
Yeah,
based.
yeah.
And then underneath that is
the other cover,
generally
yeah.
like cover A.
It's like you get a blank variant. It has the cover underneath the blank.
Very similar concept.
Yeah. Okay.
This is ridiculous. Like the blind bag thing for Invincible was really fun. And I enjoyed it. I had a fun experience with that. I don't want to keep doing that. 9.99. Go fuck yourself.
You can opt out, Sean.
I am opting out. I'm
Okay.
saying go. I just said it. Go fuck yourself.
I
That's
thought
ridiculous.
I thought you were like, go fuck yourself. I have to pay 99 now.
I ain't buying it because it's a foil like with Invincible, you could get issue 2, you could get like really expensive versions of covers that are impossible to find anymore. Like there was a lot of value in that. And it was if it wasn't the same price, it was like $1 more. This is $5 more.
Honestly, I would be more interested if it wasn't foil variants.
Yeah.
If it was like, hey, these are all the incentive variants, let's throw them all also in the blind bag. You could potentially get a 1 out of 100. That is
Maybe.
interesting to me.
The blind bag will give you a work in progress.
You're getting a variant of a variant.
Jim Lee cover.
Yeah,
Oh, God.
a work in progress ash can of issue 164.
Yeah, they give you they give you the Hush issue that would have been in that one spot.
Yeah.
Aaron Ruiz blind bags are literally the comic is bagged like you might have for a not safe for work edition or a red band version or whatever, but the point of the bag is that it's concealing the version of the cover that you get. And so there are plenty of options. You could get a very rare version of it or whatever, but these are all going to be a foil version of another cover.
They're like Labubu's or any of those other gotcha.
Yeah.
Good pull.
Yep.
Yeah.
I like a Super Chops comment here. I'd be so mad if I bought a comic and got a completely different comic.
People who bought Battle Beast 1 and got issue 2 were pretty hyped about it.
Well, in that case too, you very likely didn't buy just the blind bag. You probably bought a standard version and then the blind bag.
Yeah.
And if you did that, it would have only cost you the same amount as one blind bag of Batman #1.
That's true. That's true.
What are we doing? Real talk.
Blind as a bat.
Industry's dying, man.
Yeah, we are in 90s variant territory, right? Like gimmicky
Yeah.
stuff.
Back to blind bags.
Like Polybag, I get. I got the Fantastic Four one. I was like, someone's dying, and then there's Death of Superman. But this feels like more collector, not content, which always annoys me with comics.
Yeah. Lame.
Yeah, Aaron Ruiz makes a good point here. Oh, we're doing gotcha in comics now? We're poor.
Like people can't even get Pokemon cards right now. Like
Word.
the world we live in just fucking sucks.
There
Like,
is such little serotonin in the world now, Cale. When you do pull something you want out of these blind bags or gotcha or whatever, that hit of euphoria is so rare that people are grasping for it. They're looking for it. The gambling for the serotonin needs to happen. And DC's just like, we'll do it for you for $9.99.
look, y'all got to do what I do and not have money.
Or you could drink. No, don't
skip
That's
lunch.
not advice. That's
Like,
not advice.
Speaking of DC, we've got a big news item for you. Now, this is coming from Rich Johnson at Bleeding Cool, so I want to forewarn you, they don't always get everything right. The article I just read said we were going to Batman Volume 5, and it's definitely Volume 4. So my bad for reading Rich's words and believing them. So keep that in mind for what I'm about to read you. According to Bleeding Cool, DC Comics will now be distributed in the United States by Universal. That is massive. And I don't know why nobody is talking about this. Maybe because only Bleeding Cool is reporting it. What am I saying? Since 2020, Lunar has published DC Comics exclusively, or distributed, exclusively.
now, sorry, are they the ones that DC made?
Well, yeah.
Yeah.
DC, if I recall correctly, DC made 2, Lunar and UCS, and then UCS dropped out.
Okay. Right.
So they've had the exclusive contract for the last 5 years. According to this, what we are now looking at is a situation where Universal Distribution, who publishes DC Comics in Canada, is now going to be stepping into US distribution of DC Comics, making Lunar no longer the exclusive distributor. That is huge. That
Now,
is
who?
yeah, go ahead.
Sorry, who is Universal again?
They just won that Diamond bid, right?
They just won. They're a part of who just won the Diamond bid, and they
Yeah.
have been publisher or distributors of comics outside the US.
Comics, and is this a company that does like the NECA toys and stuff as well?
No, that was the other guys.
Yeah, that was
Alliance.
yes, that was a lot. I believe that was Alliance Entertainment, who are not
Right.
the new owners of Diamond. They're the ones that first won the bid, but then Diamond pulled some fuckery.
But Universal are the ones that own Diamond now.
Yes. Yep.
So DC basically just said, well, we hate fucking Steve Jeppy so much. Let's start two companies. And when Diamond finally passes away, we'll sweep in and join whatever happens after that.
Let's get rid of a monopoly and set up another one.
Well, technically not a monopoly, right? Like,
Well, yeah, I guess there's options. Yeah.
yeah. This is weird. Like,
Yeah, go ahead.
it just feels roundabout. If this is true, this feels roundabout. A lot of this news that's been coming out is true. So, well, to a degree. But now this feels like, okay, Lunar is going to lose their biggest option. Do they pick up the small publishers now to make up for the difference that they no longer have in volume for DC? Because you're putting a whole set of other publishers in the can now because they're connected to Lunar as well. There's risk. This feels like it makes no sense unless somebody at Universal is buddy with somebody at DC who's like, hey, actually, come back over here. We'll give you the same kind of infrastructure, maybe better rates, but just don't stick it out with Lunar, who you set up, whoever it was. It's so asinine.
I'm so confused with where things are in distribution right now.
And you do a show every week where we generally get into this stuff.
I feel like that meme with Charlie Kelly with all the pins on the board and all these threads, and I'm trying to figure out who the source of it all is. There's like Steve Jeppy written in the middle with the circles around it. You know, I'm confused.
So this is complicated because Universal and Ad Populum jointly purchased Diamond. But Universal being a distributor for DC isn't the same thing as saying that Diamond is a distributor of DC. Because Universal still distributes comics as an independent company. It's not like they fused with Ad Populum to make a new company. They fused with them to jointly purchase Diamond. So technically, Universal is distributing DC Comics in competition with Diamond, a company that it also owns, which technically puts it in competition with Ad Populum as well. Now imagine being a retailer and having to figure out all this shit.
You just hope DC Comics show up.
From somewhere.
Could there be a potential benefit here for retailers if DC is now under the same umbrella that all the other ones are in terms of ordering? Then they could just order on Universal if they choose to, and then it's all there.
When you say all, what do you mean?
The big ones, because wouldn't Diamond also be under? I guess Marvel wouldn't be under there, would it?
No. And Diamond's been losing all of the people. Who's on it? Like Distillery's on there?
We'll talk about that later.
Diamond had fucking. First of all, this wasn't included in the news. Previews is going full digital. But Diamond has
That's
like,
Wow.
bad.
yeah, yep, end of an era.
That's bad.
Oh
Mhm.
shit. Go get your last previews, dude.
Damn.
For real, literally, yeah.
When is the last one? I kind of want to grab it. Do we know?
We could know. I'll have to get that information for you in a moment.
Okay.
I can do a Google on that.
But yeah, this is a massive, massive deal. And what like all this aside, the real like boots to the ground result is people don't get their books.
Yep.
That's the boots to the ground result. I don't even know when, from who, how I'm gonna get my Mega Man fucking comics at this point because they never seem to come out. We read reports from people all the time who say that the books aren't landing in their shops, whether it's Marvel. Imagine you can't get Marvel comics in 2025.
That happened to me when I went to my shop. I think Marsh Manor came out, and I go and there's like no Marvel books. And he's like, "Yeah, I don't know when I'm gonna get them. I'll get them sometime later in the week." And this is a big comic book shop in my area.
Wild.
That like Wednesday Warrior doesn't exist because you go on Wednesday and half your books are there.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Tyler, I just pulled up an ICV2 article. In it, I'm going to quote from it. The print edition of July 2025 previews has been solicited and was due to be released this week. The digital version will be going live this Friday, June 20th. And then skipping around, it
so
says
was
that
due.
one of the people who works there, head writer of previews, says that he's currently employed through June 30th. So this July issue might be the last one.
If it even goes out at this point.
If it, yeah, I'm
It might have already
seemingly-
happened. If June could have possibly been the last one.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah.
Uh,
End of an era.
I just pulled up a Canadian DC publicity article around DC and Universal distribution. This is back in 2022, where it seems like they've continued to work. DC and Universal have entered into an agreement where they will continue publication of graphic novels, periodicals, and Penguin Random House for distribution of graphic novels worldwide. But they are continuing their direct distribution relationship with Lunar and Diamond UK for periodicals and graphic novels. So it seems like it was geographical split, and now that these guys bought and are in the US market, now they're reverting away from Lunar and going to Universal, where they already had a distribution agreement for Canada. This seems like maybe a potential for consolidation.
Everything you just said is what I said. There is no consolidation necessarily because you said that the relationship with Universal started in what, 22?
For Canada only.
For Canada. The relationship with Lunar started in 2020. So they're breaking the relationship that they made. The only reason Lunar exists is to publish DC Comics. That's the sole function of its initial inception. Distribute, excuse me. And now they're saying, fuck you. We're not exclusive with you anymore. So Lunar has continued to grow. They do distribute other publishers' books. But losing DC as an exclusive, that was a huge bargaining chip that they had. If stores start to choose Universal and not Lunar, how does, as someone said it earlier, how does that affect other publishers that work with Lunar? How does that affect retailers who now have options? I like the options. I'm just confused as to DC's decision making. The distribution wars have begun in earnest. We'll see how it plays out.
Dun dun dun.
Just a mess of paper that's never going to be held in the hands of the people that want it.
Luna's right. Lunar just picked up Dynamite. That also came out I think 2 days ago.
Yeah. And I listened to an interview with Christina Merkler, who is the person that runs Lunar, and she talked a lot about how they've had to tell smaller publishers, no, we can't take you on because we have so much volume that we're working through right now. And DC being, it's still in the equation, but now they're moving away from exclusivity. I'm really questioning what, what do they know? When did they know it? Because that interview that I watched with Christina was 2 weeks ago. So how does this announcement affect Lunar's plan? We got to get her on the show. I gotta reach out. I gotta call in a favor. I know exactly who to ask. We got to get her on the show. It'd be great to talk to her.
What up?
Invincible creator Robert Kirkman is launching a new indie comic, as he is wont to do. This time, he is teaming up with a legendary artist, someone who I deeply love, David Finch. They're going to be working alongside Annalisa Leone, who will do the colors, does them already for Invincible Universe Battle Beast, and Russ Wooten will do the letters for the new book, which is titled Skinbreaker. Robert Kirkman talked about how he has wanted to work with David Finch, and David Finch has wanted to work with him for a very, very, very long time. Skinbreaker is going to be centered around, this is a quote from the comicbook.com article, a tribe chieftain named Enor, whose time as a chieftain is soon ending. In this role, Enor wields the mighty Skinbreaker, but now that he's much older, he is barely able to lift it. While Enor has an heir in Anak isn't exactly leaping at the chance to take over. This all leads to a violent and bloody power struggle as an even deadlier threat looms just outside their village. So, if you've ever watched Succession, for example, this is giving me Succession vibes. Who will take over? Who will wield the shield type thing? This sounds really cool.
Here's the thing.
Rad.
All of what you just described went over my head. It's David Finch and Robert Kirkman. I'm going to read it. Kirkman is the most consistent independent writer, I think, out there for me. He doesn't put out stuff often, but when he does, I'm reading it and I generally like it. And I haven't seen Finch in a while. I think towards the tail end of what Finch was doing, I think at DC most recently, I wasn't the biggest fan. But it's undeniable that Finch is a great artist. And I think Leone is new to him as a colorist. So that is going to be interesting. Because I think Finch's colorist it really affects the art.
These preview pages in the comicbook.com article are some of the most exciting David Finch art I think I've seen
ever.
This looks cool.
There's this one just large panel. I think it's a double page spread here, but just the shadows that are falling being cast through on this visage, wild. That's the colors playing into the art that he has here, and so detailed.
Robert Kirkman said it best. He says, David Finch is one of the greatest comic artists to ever live. This is the artist who made Moon Knight outsell Batman. Even a casual glance at any of his work in Skinbreaker will prove to you that this is historic material. His work on this series has to be seen to be believed. It would be impossible to overhype it. Now, Robert Kirkman is the absolute king of overhype. But at the same time, I agree with him that David Finch is one of the greatest of all time. And we can see the art for ourselves and it looks pretty damn good. I'm sold.
Yeah, dude. I mean, something as crazy as a cloud in this, and the last image. What? Like textures? Okay.
This is what I'm reminded of is Bug Wars, and how sort of a complaint that I levied certainly, and I think Sean did too, is just that it's a comic about bugs and they look like people. These are aliens, I think, and like they're humanoid, but they look very different,
like orcish, goblinish.
Yeah.
This made me think of, well, obviously World of Warcraft, but also The Hunger and the Dusk, which
Oh,
Oh yeah,
primarily features orcs and things like that. And I love that look. This gives me more to compare it again to Bug Wars. Um, these creatures feel more like creatures. You can see their like animalistic nature and tendencies. And in one of the preview images that we have here, we see two of the characters attacked by a monster that looks like a fucking monster. That's what I want.
and there's like a mixture of the savage and the sci-fi too.
Yeah.
And like their weapons are almost
mm,
like plasma weapons. It's like it reminds me of the greatest sci-fi universe to ever exist, and that's James Cameron's Avatar. So to see and it's scratching that itch for me too. And David Fincher's drawing it. I'm in. That wasn't hyperbole, guys. I love
I,
Avatar.
I know I can see it too.
It's disgusting. I know.
Shrew Patel says, I will say Kirkman knows how to make basic stuff really interesting and new feeling, even if I don't enjoy all his work. That's one of his best strengths, yeah. Someone was complaining about how Battle Beast was basic and
Yeah.
we celebrate that, but we lambast Marvel. That was his example when they do something basic, and it's because it's not the same kind of basic. Robert Kirkman will take a basic premise and make it something really compelling. Oh, wow, zombies. That's really unique. But The Walking Dead is the biggest and best, arguably, zombie story ever done.
Yep.
Kirkman.
Oh, wow, a kid superhero. Yeah, but Invincible is arguably the biggest non-Marvel or DC superhero ever.
And the benefit of Kirkman too is that like typically since it's Kirkman, it's gonna have a tail on it. You know what I mean? Like if he wants it to keep going, it'll probably keep going. So there's less risk as a reader to invest yourself in this because you're probably going to get a good chunk of this. And I think that's when Kirkman actually starts even being better. It's when he has time to live in these worlds and those changes happen. He gets to kill off characters you've liked. That's where like that's peak Kirkman for me.
Well, we are getting 8 issues of this. So
Oh,
About to
it's a set. Okay.
Yeah, it's a mini.
very exciting stuff. We will be getting this. We don't have terribly too long to wait. We're going to be getting this on September 24th.
Damn,
So,
September's a big month, huh?
oh yeah. And it tends to be in comics. Tyler pointed out DC tends to do a lot of stuff, but I think the industry as a whole looks at that time period and tends to do interesting things. So
That's the stuff they get to talk about at New York Comic Con.
yeah, yep, 100%. We teased earlier that a new digital comics hub was coming, and that is indeed true. Now, for those of you who remember when David Steinberger and Chip Mosher were first teased to be doing something together back in 2023 or 2022, we thought on this podcast, we talked about it, that they were going to be coming out with a killer app, something that would contest and rival Comixology, an app that they helped create and take over that space, which Amazon really never gave a damn about, comics. Maybe some individuals who worked there did, but as an entity, Amazon did not care. So we thought that David Steinberger and Chip Marshall would be doing that. Instead, we got Distillery, which your mileage may vary. Now, in 2025, though, they are actually doing the thing we thought they would do in the first place. Will it succeed? Let's talk about it. Neon Ichiban is the name of their new digital platform, which will allow you to day and date purchase and store comic books and manga, thus the name. The initial publishers that they have on deck are some of the biggest that exist: Marvel, DC, Dark Horse, Distillery, and Kodansha.
Ooh,
Yeah.
wow.
Yeah,
Yeah, flexing those relationships they got, huh?
indeed.
I mean, for me, that was always the death knell of what was the omnibus,
Yeah,
Omnibus,
that's
yeah.
right.
the
Yep.
previous one, the previous Golden Child. They couldn't get Marvel and DC for a long time. And I always said that's what you need because that's what people read.
I've
Why?
white.
What is the point of this?
Well, I think that there's a very good point in this, right? Because now we have a digital platform that is going to take all of these different publishers and put them together. I love the fact that Kodansha is included
Yeah.
because, and I'll never check any of that out most likely, but we need a place where comics and manga exist alongside each other, because then there's the potential for crossover. I love that.
And to get out of the Amazon sphere.
Yes.
Yeah, out of the
That's the
environment. I think
only
is
benefit though. Like it doesn't separate
It's the
itself
biggest
from.
benefit.
Is it? I mean, for somebody with morals, maybe, but like in terms of like, I have my comicsology books already. There needs to be something distinctly different than comicsology to get me to get out of comicsology.
I
There,
have my membership too.
yeah, I don't. There's no discount on these. There's nothing distinctly different. This is just comicsology when it first came out.
It's only just coming out. Like it took a while for the subscription to kick off. That wasn't day one, you know.
Yeah, and in comicsology has the manga right next to the comics too. So that's nothing even different. Like there's nothing distinctly different about this from where comicsology is now to see that I can see being beneficial enough for me to shift my whole buying habits. Maybe if there's an app where I can buy an app, that's kind of a big thing.
There is an app.
Yeah,
Yeah,
but
yeah.
can I buy an app? That's because then Apple's taking a cut, and a lot of things don't want you buying an app anymore.
Yeah.
In that.
Oh,
Yeah.
by
Yeah.
in-app. Yeah,
In-app, yeah. So like, this feels so similar that I don't think it has any. Like what is it? What void is it filling outside of people
I
who
would
don't
love
want
to answer that question for you. The difference is that you will be able to receive digital remarks,
Oh, fucking NFTs.
aka signatures,
Huh?
on your
Oh.
digital
All
issues.
right. Well,
You will also be able to resell copies of your comics if you would like, because I know that everybody's excited about that.
so it's comicsology mixed with Distillery's digital platform, which fucking
Yeah.
blows.
Well,
Fun while it lasted.
so yeah, it's so fun to have a glimmer of hope for a second.
Now, go ahead.
No, I was just, and I saw Cale ramping up to defend the app. He said, well,
Damn,
hold on a second.
I was about to go.
I felt it, dude. I felt
They
it.
don't have Comixology unlimited yet. Fuck off, Tyler. Well, all right. Tyler got it.
I don't think you've ever yelled at me on the show. That felt good.
I keep going.
We don't need to kink.
Ah,
You don't need to reveal my kink here. All right.
The Steinberger Mosh team were able to leverage their relationships to get yet another New York Times article. This is behind a paywall, and I was not able to access it, but there was a quote from bleedingcool.com that is from David, and it says, it will be a dedicated experience for comics, understanding how comic book fans and people who should be fans want to shop and think about and browse doesn't exist anymore. The Comixology app, where you can have all your comics in one place, does not exist anymore. It's all just a part of Kindle. At the time, it seemed like the right decision. Our mission was to make everyone on the planet a comic fan, and Amazon clearly had the resources and the population connected to Kindle that we thought we could carry that mission. With what I knew then, it was absolutely the right call. Now, what he's referring to, again, I told you, Steinberger and Mosh came from this. They came from Comixology. So Steinberger had a part to play in some of the things that people think ruined the experience. And so, in a way, because of the experience that he has in the space, it makes him a perfect person to make an app like this. But there has to be, like Tyler said, a reason to come over here and give this app a shot. Omnibus failed. Will Neon Ichiban succeed? I don't know. That name, to me, off rip, Terrible name.
Was it a
Yeah.
Cyberpunk expansion?
I kind of
Like,
liked it.
not
Had
for
that
an
little
app.
had that little flair of like Japanese,
No,
and
an app needs to be maximum 3 syllables. Maximum.
well, the app name itself, I think they mentioned in the articles will be N9N.
Oh, great. Awesome. That seals it. Yeah, that makes total sense.
I do have access to the article, Sean. I was gonna read like one or two things from it.
Please.
They actually raised $7 million for the development of this, from investors, from game and movie industries. So obviously they have some level of investment to be able to make those Marvel and DC connections valuable. Probably the thing that I question is there was a mention here that Neon Ichiban is betting that enthusiasts of comic books, a 1.86 billion industry in 2023, will be willing to abandon Amazon's conveniences for its tailored offerings, new features, and shared sense of community. Quote, anyone who's watched the comics industry over the course of the past, say, 5 to 10 years, said Hunter Goranson, the president and publisher of Oni Press, whose series includes Scott Pilgrim, has noticed that the digital comic space, especially, has been yearning for a little bit of innovation, a little bit of disruption, and just a little bit of new energy. They're making a bet that these people are going to switch over, and Tyler and I, as Comics Alley subscribers, I don't know if we will. I'm going to check out the app. I already waitlisted us on that. If you guys saw that email, but um, I'm curious to at least test it out, see what's up.
All that you said about investors and where they got their money is the exact same story from Distillery when they first launched that. These guys have a lot of connections, and that's fantastic. The problem is, for me at least, um, we still haven't seen anything materialize from all of that as it relates to Distillery, and we don't know anything about what's going on over there. So it feels like a lot of smoke and
Tech,
mirrors.
tech bro hoopla.
Yeah,
Almost like a money laundering, really.
get to the point. Like, for me as a comic book fan, what is the point? I don't give a fuck about digital remarks. That's ridiculously corny. What is the value proposition?
If you buy Deadpool Batman #1, you can enter for a chance to have a Zoom ramen eating session with CB Cebulski. Like,
I actually would love to do that.
okay, well,
I would talk to him while he ate.
that I heard the mouth sounds. Didn't like it.
Tyler, Amazon, you won't be able to transfer your collections
course not,
on
yeah.
Comixology.
That's a big deal. I
You
mean,
can't, you can't even get DRM off Amazon
Yeah.
anymore.
if this was
No.
DRM, that would be huge. That
That would
DRM would be a distinct reason for me to leave Amazon.
The Omnibus had
But-
that.
Yeah, which is also why they didn't get Marvel or DC. Let's be honest.
Right.
So I mean, it is not going to happen with Marvel or DC being there.
One last thing on the article. Among the features that Mr. Mosher and Mr. Steinberger are most excited about are the digital remarks, signatures, or drawings. Using a different platform, for example, Jason Howard added a character sketch to a digital copy of The Missionary, a horror comic drawn by him and Ryan Stegman. He mentions, I guess we're in the future now, commenting on social media, but there's a quote from Steinberger that says, "We know that from doing our own books that it's not a business that too many creators get to be rich from, just from creating. The signatures and the sketches and drawings are a really important part of their revenue as well." So this is meant to pay back to them.
How cucked are we as a fandom that we're willing to pay for shit that doesn't exist?
It's an NFT. It's there. It's real.
No, you've been. It's a rube. You've been got. You're dumb. It's not real. You cannot touch this.
Is that widespread? I don't know if it is. I genuinely
Sorry,
don't-
is what widespread?
the NFT thing
Oh,
in relation to, these people are, drawing digital covers and paying for it, essentially an NFT. I guess Tyler posited, how cucked are we as
Well,
an audience?
I'm not even saying just like comics. The fact that like NFTs exist, I'm saying, and like and that they think that the comic book collection community will also want that digital stuff. I know, what was it? Not Verbo. That's the travel app. There was like one where Marvel was doing like these like 3D figures you can get that were like NFTs, and you can go and view them in VR. And then Distillery is really the only one that's done this. I don't know to what extent. Every time I look on there, that's a fucking mess.
DC has their NFTs and their collectibles and stuff as well that I always get those emails.
Do we know what is this going to be like on a blockchain thing? Like, do we know how tech broy is it? How many
Just-
rainforests are getting killed for my
Just
issue of Death of
assume-
Silver Surfer?
Just assume it's the same thing as.
Oh,
Yeah.
so environmentally unfriendly too. Cool.
I feel like we don't know how successful that has been for Distillery. We don't know how that marketplace has worked out. It's very hard for me to believe that it's been overly successful because they're like, if you assume the average comic book fan is over 30, maybe even over 40, I don't know how many of them are involved in digital anything. Most of the people that read comics want them physically. And if I want a remark from a creator, I want that shit on a physical book. And I think that's probably a consistent feeling among comic book readers. So I have a really hard time believing that this is a successful proposition in general. I just don't see it.
Yep. These guys, but we begged them to create more infrastructure, and they gave us stick figures.
What could they do? And let's not say DRM, because that's a much more complicated issue. What could they do to make this work, to make it valuable?
If the comics are cheaper.
Day and date, cheaper comics.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If digital was cheaper than physical, yes. Technically, it already is in Comixology. That's the thing. I get a bit off the top.
I'm okay. I'll make this stricter because they probably don't have the right to set the price that they want. What can they do as an app, right, that can make this valuable for people that doesn't include price or something that is not in their power?
For me, the thing that makes it feel scummy is the NFT shit. Like that immediately says scam to me.
Outside of sponsoring the Comics Pals, I don't think they could really do anything besides DRM and cheaper comics to make me jump over.
In-app purchases, and
That ease is still not enough.
but
me.
that feels like a convenience that could be additive.
Is that worth the $10 a week you can save on Amazon?
Come on, it's not $10 a week.
Well, I mean, if you're, I don't know. I'm just saying, like, if you're adding up all the, because you're getting like almost like $1 for each comic, right? Like, or like 75 cents.
60 something cents.
It could add up.
Yeah, it definitely adds up throughout the week.
Yeah.
The answer for me is free comics. I think that what was the other app, Marco, the guys we met with in
Yeah, Omnibus.
Okay. That was them, damn. That we met with in NYCC this past year?
Oh,
Global.
global
It was
global
global.
comics.
Global, yeah. The best part about the global comics experience for me was the free comics. Because I think that there are a lot of people, being able to get weekly comics is great, but what about the backlog? I'm not saying that you offer everything that's ever been printed, but I think having a rotating selection of free comics from the big publishers, and it could be 30, 40 years old, I don't care what it is. Batman year one, free on this platform, free with the purchase of a comic, whatever. I think that there needs to be more availability of free comics so that people can dive in and check it out.
Comixology has that. Like there's another thing that Jessica Jones was on there. Alias.
And you don't even have to be a subscriber. Sometimes there just are free comics. There are
Yeah.
sales that go on that are deep
Right.
deep
I'm not saying
discounts.
Amazon already thought of it all, but like there's not much you can do.
I would say maybe an ability to import your own comics. I have a slew of my own like DRM, CBZs, PDFs, etc. of comics that I would happily upload to have consolidated into one place. If it's being held in like a cloud, that even frees up stuff on my iPad where I can leave it in my drive, and then I just have a place I can access it more easily. And the other thing that I was thinking of was the usability of it. Kindle fucking sucks. I hate the app, dude. The usability of it, the way to bookmark pages, my little grubby thumb hits it every time. I'm not trying to bookmark this shit. I'm just trying to turn to the next page.
The worst is a page turn lag.
Oh my god! It like cuts like sticks in the middle.
Yeah, or it sticks in the middle where it's like, oh, I got to swipe again, and then you swipe 2 pages by accident.
Yeah.
Am I crazy, or does do double page spreads not work right
They don't
anymore
work
either?
sometimes. Yeah.
Yeah,
The ability to just turn it to the side also and do my like
Yeah.
dual.
You got
my
to turn on the
dual-
lock screen for that. You got to lock orientation. It's a little easier.
No, but sometimes it doesn't. It like I'll turn it sideways and it'll give me one
Yeah.
page instead of
yeah.
the two
It
pages
doesn't
that I
always
want.
work.
Yeah, I want that like manga feel too when I'm reading manga, because then I can read the book. I feel like even faster.
All right. Well, Neon Ichiban, not a hit in this house.
What? Hold on.
If they sponsor us and they want to teach us about it and to put some little money on it, I see that they got some big pockets over there. I'd be willing to check it out.
Oh, without question. Yeah, please.
I would be a Neon Ichiban weeaboo if that's the case.
Just made my head explode. I mean, it'd be great to get them on here to talk to them about this, and maybe we're not the New York Times. I don't know how many comic book readers read the New York Times, but
In the
We are
first,
for comic book readers.
yeah, let's go with that. I like that.
the New York Times for comic,
New York
Yeah,
Times
more of
comics.
a
Yeah.
vulture. Maybe they can help us put out the first Comics Pals NFT.
Okay. On that note, we've got two last things that we need to get into here before we jump off. We are prepared to run it back since you guys seemed to enjoy it last time. We are prepared to do the DC version with the greatest villains of all time according to Reddit. I do have a list. I am prepared to present that. I think we had fun last week, so we'll do it again. But before we get into that, we do need to shout out the rest of our loyal and loving patrons. So I want to give a special shout out to Steve Swarm Canaris, Panda V Panda, Ted Wong, Blur, Jekyll, Jose, Hecatron, the Hate Machine, Amin, Almighty, Perez, Houston, the Century Kid Murphy, Peter, the Living Lightning, Electrics, Lucas, Heatwave, Holner, Young Dende, Dewooty, the Fey Fighter, Shalom, Paladin, Warburg, Emily, the Mighty, Entertain Me, who is a huge shout out to you, and I hope that situation with your credit card was figured out, my friend. Cosmic November, who's got his origin coming next week, MD Johnny, and Jesse, and Jack Cloutier, who's joined us for a year. He joined us for an entire year. All of you have your origins impending. We're sorry that we're tardy on it, but we will get those out to you guys really soon. We're going to kick things up next week with the origins. With that all said, let's play. Let's play a game. Hit the like button if you haven't. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't. We need everybody that we can get on both of those. If you've enjoyed the show so far, help your boys out. If you want an origin, if you want a shout out on the show, patreon.com/thecomics pals. You guys ready to do this?
Top 20
Ready.
again?
Let's go.
What was that, Tyler?
Top 20? Are we starting at
This is actually 30.
Oh.
This is 30.
Do you want to give us the first 10? So we have a dipstick here?
Dip my stick.
Whoa, wait now.
No, this is 25. Sorry.
Okay, that's fine. Hayden's Hideout with the $5 says the Post Pals group will be talking about the 2001 to 2015 era of comics. If you could recommend one book from this era, what would it be? And the answer for me is Saga.
Oh,
Infinite Crisis.
Civil War.
Marco is only just born, so he doesn't.
Yeah. His was the nutritional facts to his formula.
trying to think. When was Powers?
Yeah, that
It's
would
in
have
that
been
range.
Powers is like you're invincible. You know what I mean? Like,
It very much is. Ooh, first published 2000.
ooh,
Oh,
out of contention.
They said, "Go fuck off, Marco."
Oh, Harrow County.
Okay.
Nice.
There you go.
Yeah, good
There
one.
you go. All right, let's get into this. The 25th greatest villain in DC, according to Reddit, is, and the rules are, everybody guesses. I give a hint after everybody goes. If anyone guesses it right before I give a hint, that person gets 2 points. Who wants to kick it off?
I want it.
What's it? Sorry, Claire. What's the most powerful? Is that what we said?
The top DC villains according to Reddit. There's no barometer
Great.
other than
So last week was very X-Men heavy. I feel like this is gonna be very Batman heavy.
Easy. Yeah.
So I'm gonna go
Riddler.
with number 25 is Riddler.
no ice cold.
Oh, all right. Well, fuck me.
Anton Arcane.
No ice cold.
That bro was not even on that list.
25.
You'll be surprised.
Two-Face.
No
Oh,
ice
that's
cold.
Way higher.
If you're saying ice cold, okay.
This villain has 2 versions of himself.
Reverse
One,
Flash.
no.
Sorry, I should have let you finish the hint.
Anybody else want to guess?
Is it Bizarro?
Nope.
Mr. Freeze.
Nope. Ice cold.
That's
What
why
2
he said
versions
Mr.
of
Freeze.
Mr. Freeze are you thinking of? This villain he has been the primary antagonist of an event.
Is it Sinestro?
The Monitor.
Yes.
Monitor, anti-monitor.
Anti-
Oh, he's.
That's
I
good.
would thought
That's
he'd be
good.
higher up. Okay.
Next up, number 24.
Bizarro.
Got it.
What?
No fucking way.
Got it.
Holy shit.
Shit.
Well done.
Okay.
Number 23.
What number was that? Oh,
24.
24.
Black Adam.
No, sir. Ice cold.
Captain Cold.
Cold.
Captain Boomerang.
Hell no.
That would be warm if he said Captain.
Oh,
They're
true.
like
That's
best
right.
friends.
Yeah.
This villain is a Batman villain.
Penguin.
No.
Bane.
No.
Poison Ivy.
No. This villain wears a hat.
The Riddler.
Yes.
Oh.
Man, I almost had it right off the bat with I had 25. I said Riddler right away, but
You did, yeah. I was like, oh shit.
damn.
Number 22. We're on 22.
Scarecrow.
No.
Two-Face.
No. You guys are warmish.
Oh. See a Two-Face.
This one is hard.
Ah, shit.
This one is hard.
Metallo.
Mad Hatter.
How is that warm to? How's Metallo warm
No.
to fucking Two-Face? Like it's
The hint is that this this villain very, very, very recently was a Batman villain, but they are not traditionally.
ooh.
This one's rough.
Ooh.
Recently was a Batman.
Amazo.
No. Think recent Batman
I
comics.
was thinking of Failsafe and all that shit.
Oh, sure.
Oh man.
Can you say how recent?
I was about to say, yeah.
With the Chip Zdarsky run.
Oh, that's very recent. Okay.
Yeah.
Is it Vandal?
Yep. Yep.
Commissioner Vandal. Yeah, okay.
Fucking okay.
That threw me for a loop. I was like, what the fuck? Vandal Savage? All right.
Oh, he was Bendis. He was in
I
Bendis' Batman
I
Forever.
I feel like that's an appropriate place for him, but the Batman connection is
Well,
That's how you know DC heads are picking this, because top 25 for normals. You're not getting Vandal Savage on there.
he's good.
I
He's
love
good.
Vandal Savage. Yeah.
21.
Metallo.
No.
21. Black Adam.
No.
Man,
Ice Cold.
hierarchy has not changed.
The top.
No.
That sounds like a boys villain.
She
Ooh.
is a global threat.
Poison Ivy.
No.
Cheetah.
No.
Well, Cale. What is Cheetah doing on a global scale?
You see the fur on them thighs?
Turning people into furries? Is that what you're
Yeah, that's
implying?
right.
Well, okay. Got me there. I'll let Marco go.
She's a global threat.
Who's in like a Legion of Doom or something?
Scabba-da-bee-ba-da-ba-ba.
I'm trying to look at this cover.
Damn.
It's not.
Talia?
It's not.
Who? Talia? You said Talia?
That's what I said, yeah.
No.
Good. That would have been really stupid.
Good. My answer is not wrong. Not right. That's good.
Marco,
Global.
give a guess.
Catwoman.
No.
Like
This villain.
Amanda Waller.
Yep.
Shit.
Oh, sure, yes.
Global threat, of course.
Shit.
I was
Wait,
thinking like
does that
global
count
thief.
before the hint?
This is literally name a woman.
No.
Name a woman.
Yeah, it kind of was.
20.
Scarecrow.
No.
Fuck.
Cyborg Superman.
No.
Good one.
Okay.
That is a good one. Marco's Marco, you're on fire.
Eradicator.
No. You're also on fire.
Doomsday.
No.
Metallo.
No.
Fuck.
Since you all guessed, I'll give a hint.
Oh, okay.
This
I know,
is
I know.
a Superman primary villain.
Ultraman.
No.
Hank Henshaw?
No. Oh, you guys
That
are
is Cyborg
dancing around
Superman.
him.
There's no way.
Is he Cyborg Superman? My bad.
Yes.
You already said
Zod.
this.
Yes.
Oh, good. That's good.
Cale has 3 points. Marco and Tyler tied at 2. Let's keep it going with number 19.
Catwoman.
Ice cold.
Ra's al Ghul.
No. Ice cold.
Sinestro.
No. You're warmer than the other two for sure. This villain was the villainous star, the antagonist of
Parallax.
of a DC movie, a DC FU movie.
DCF. Is it Black Adam?
Marco, no. Marco, you're losing it over there.
Dude, I'm like trying to remember the fucking name, dude.
Describe it, Marco.
Not Darkseid. Who's the other dude?
Steppenwolf?
No, not
Damn.
Steppenwolf. I'm looking in chat to see if anybody got it. Nobody got
I think
it.
chat's like a couple seconds off, so they're like giving. You can't even look at it and try and cheat because their answers are for the one previous.
True. The hint is. Oh, I already gave it.
Wait.
Yeah,
The Kale didn't go.
Yeah, the step away for a second. I think the dog.
Okay.
Dog aggro.
I'll give another hint. This character does not have a humanoid body.
Huh?
But close to Sinestro?
And not Parallax.
I didn't
that's-
say close. I said you're hotter than the other two, Marco.
Well, we all knew that.
Someone recently told me that. Anyway,
I think multiple people have said that on
The
comments.
brain.
No.
The brain, man. That's
It's weird when someone you know is telling you that someone else is hotter than you. Like, I podcast with Marco. I don't need to hear that shit.
Sorry, fellas.
We were just debating on
good.
how Marco's hotter than all of us.
Well, I mean, come on.
Okay.
It's just unfair. Some people are just born better.
Yeah, he was that. Okay, so Cale, the hint we've gotten is
Are we still on the same one?
yes,
Yeah.
main character
Fucking
was a villain in a DCFU movie.
Yeah.
Is it?
And
That's it?
does not have a humanoid body.
Oh yeah. Is it Mr. Mind?
No.
Starro.
Yes.
Oh,
Yes, Starro.
fucking hell!
Yep. Absolutely.
In my eyes, that wasn't DCFU because
Because it was good.
yeah,
Right. Yeah. Because I had
I
fun.
was like, oh, the James Gunn one. That's this is new stuff. No, I guess technicality, no down boo over on that one.
Next up, we're on 17, I believe.
Roxy
Aries.
Rocket.
All of those are wrong.
Well, I didn't say anything. Let me go with Black Adam.
No. No. And ice cold on that. This is a Batman villain.
Scarecrow.
No.
Mad Hatter.
No.
Poison Ivy.
Yes.
Yes.
Fucking hell.
Well done. Well done. Number 16.
Gorilla Grodd.
No.
I think he's gonna be high up there.
Heat Wave.
I feel comfortable saying not even on the list.
What number is this again, Sean?
This is 16, I believe.
I'm gonna go and say Black Adam.
You got it.
Oh.
And that's before the hint. So
Well
Tyler
done.
just did a little leapfrog there and now is tied with Cale at 4. Marco trailing with 3.
Anton Arcane will be on there, Marco. Keep guessing.
So
I-
close, dude.
I'd have thought he'd have been higher up.
Same.
There are some heavy hitters you guys actually haven't even mentioned yet.
Yeah,
So,
well, I'm holding a whole
Yeah.
bunch. Yeah.
Yeah, same.
next up,
Killer Croc.
no, ice cold.
Bane.
Ice cold.
Okay.
Black Manta.
No, also ice cold. This is a Superman villain.
Cyborg Superman.
Absolutely not.
Damn.
It's gonna be Parasite.
No, sir.
That's what I was saying. We've already said Bizarro.
We have,
Yep.
yeah. Marco. That's the one Marco pulled out of his asshole.
That's right. That's right. That's funny. So did Lex Luthor.
I mean, not wrong.
Mr. Mixelspitalik.
No. This villain is not. This is a bad hint. This villain is not from Earth.
Oh, Superman villain not from Earth. Thanks, Sean.
Brainiac.
No.
Rosal. No, that's not an actual
He should be
guess.
higher. Good. Doomsday.
Yes.
Oh.
Is he not from Earth?
No.
Oh, he's a Kryptonian thing, right? Like a weapon, Kryptonian weapon or something like that.
That was my understanding was that I don't know his origin why. I just know he didn't come from Earth, or at least that's what I believe I know.
Okay.
Mike Critique says Daily Planet deadlines.
For Lois. Number 14.
Sinestro.
Nope.
Two-Face.
No. Marco's ice cold. Tyler is pretty warm.
Tyler said Two Face.
I did. You can say One-Face if you want. Give it a shot.
The Court of Owls.
Ooh, a concept.
No. No, sir. This is a Batman villain, however. Yes, it is.
I'm going to guess Scarecrow.
Is that your hint? That's not fair. You already said that.
Well, he just said we were warm. He didn't say they were Batman villains.
Sorry, you said Scarecrow?
I did.
No,
Yes.
not Scarecrow.
Harley Quinn.
No.
Good. That was my guess. All right.
Come on, Marco.
I'm just trying to like.
You know the
there's
Batman
a-
villains. That much I
there's a-
have faith in you.
Mr. Freeze.
No. This villain has starred in a movie opposite Batman.
Bane.
I said Mr. Freeze.
No.
Ra's al Ghul.
Yes.
Oh, nice.
Ah,
There you go.
Liam Neeson.
There you go. All right, we're in the nitty gritty territory. Like everybody left is a major villain, except one person. Who the fuck is that? I'm gonna have to look that up in the interim. But yeah,
Wait, what?
there's a villain here that I do not know.
Ooh,
But
that's fun.
we'll get to them later. But yeah, who's up next?
13.
This is 13.
Black Manta.
No.
That's a good one.
You're
Ocean Master.
no.
Cheetah.
No. You're pretty warm though there, Cale. This is a Flash villain.
Grodd.
Yep.
Fuck. The animal. Grodd is what? Number 13?
13.
That was 13, yeah.
Man, I thought Grodd would be higher. Maybe I just like Grodd a lot.
There are really crazy villains left yet. Number 13?
12.
Grundy.
Grundy? No. Cale, what did you say?
I said this is number 12.
Oh, 12. My bad. It's not Solomon Grundy.
No hit needed.
let's see.
No, we only Marco went.
I was just gonna say he's ice cold.
Oh, okay. I'm gonna say Captain Cold.
Cold.
Yeah, that's what I said.
Reverse Flash.
No. This is another Batman villain.
Okay. Scarecrow.
No.
Fuck. It's not Roz.
Deadshot.
No.
Failsafe.
No.
That's a good
Is-
guess.
Okay.
This villain has been in a movie opposite Batman. More than one.
Penguin.
More than one. No, not Penguin.
Two-Face.
Yep.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. The only other options there is Bane.
Joker. Yeah.
Yeah.
We
I'm
know-
Yeah,
we know
Joker.
Joker's not. Yeah.
All right. Next.
That was-
what are
That
the
was
scores?
Bane, sorry.
Wait.
No, that was
someone said
Two-Face.
it.
That was
Yeah,
Two-Face.
Yes, it was
Two-Face.
Two-Face. Yes.
Yeah.
Oh,
What are the
that
what are the
was
scores?
Two-Face?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was Two-Face.
So the scores are Marco and Tyler tied at 4. Cale with 7.
Ah!
Cale
Jesus
cleaning up this time.
Right.
We are in his realm though, DC.
I'm
You guys are gonna
gonna say Deathstroke.
no.
Ooh, good one.
Sinestro.
You're warm.
Oh. Probably should have waited until he
Sinestro's
said.
ice cold.
Deadshot.
Yep.
No.
No way he'd be above Deathstroke.
Yeah, no.
Idiot.
Come on.
Are you yelling at
My
yourself?
realm, I say that shit.
Batman villain.
Oh, is it Bane?
Yes.
Okay.
Oh, yeah, sure.
They're sharing a film soon. Good old buddy buddies.
Exactly, yeah. Next up.
Is it Deathstroke?
Yes.
Whoa. Whoa.
No fucking way, dude.
Tyler just tied it up. He's
Dude.
tied with Cale now at 7 apiece. Marco trailing at 4.
Gonna have to one-shot all of these, man.
What's
And
the
we are
next one?
officially in the top 10.
Sinestro.
No.
Oh, okay, good. I was gonna say that one.
You could say it. Just
No,
double
it's okay.
check.
Metallo.
No.
No, Tallow is not in a top 10. I'm sorry. You seem like you have the answer, and what you're going to say is going to be so wrong.
I know.
I'm excited.
Top 10. Top 10. Top 10.
Number 10. The Glizzy Gobbler.
Black Manta.
No.
All right, now it's hit time.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Oh, right. I'm sorry. This villain is a Flash villain.
Reverse Flash.
Gorilla Grodd.
No.
We already got Garad.
Yeah.
Oh, mine doesn't count then.
Marco, disqualified. You're out. Can I throw one out there if Kel's thinking?
Psycho Pirate?
No.
It's Captain Cold.
Absolutely Captain Cold. Now,
I said it
Marco did
first.
say it first.
I said it better.
So,
Top 10?
Yeah.
top 10.
I think he represents all the rogues, though, when you think about it.
Yeah.
That's valid. Yeah, that,
Yeah.
that makes sense.
Look, he's one of my favorite villains, but top 10?
He's above Grodd here.
This is
Come
our
on.
DC Comics. These are the most loyal. Number 9.
That's Reverse Flash.
No, it is not.
I beg to differ.
That's Black Manta.
It is not.
I don't think an Aquaman villain's gonna pop up here, honestly.
Yeah, they're stuck under the pressures of the water. Black Manta is such a cool character. If he's on this list, I'm going to get a little peeved. But I think you might be right, Marco.
Can't get out of the rip current.
No. It's going to be me next week. Rip.
Damn. We haven't gotten Brainiac yet, right?
We could right now.
No.
If you answer.
Brainiac.
It's not Brainiac.
He's going to be way higher. He's going to be like
Yeah.
number 4.
I think this is where Sinestro is.
You think that. However, you are incorrect.
You sure?
And I would say you are ice cold.
Okay.
What's that hint?
This is a Wonder Woman villain.
Oh, it's Cheetah.
Yes,
Ares.
it is.
Fuck.
It's absolutely the cheetah. Tyler now.
That's the only one
In
of them going
first
to be on this
place.
list. So do
Tyler
we-
taking the lead with 8, Cale with 7, and Marco with 5. So we actually do have quite a game, but somebody's going to need to get one of these without a hint in order to take over. And so what's next? We're on number 7. Or, I'm sorry, number 8. No, 7. Sorry, I don't know how to do math.
We're on 7, right?
Yeah.
That's Harley Quinn.
It's not.
And it's cold?
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Black Manta.
Yep.
Oh, he is on the list. Damn it.
No way.
Told ya.
Marco said that. Cale didn't say that. I heard Marco say Black Manta.
Hold y'all
What?
fools.
Cale grabbing that lead with Black Manta.
Wow, there
Yep.
are some, and there's someone on this list that Sean doesn't recognize.
Mm-hmm.
Boy.
I'm not gonna lie. I don't understand how this is possible that this person is on the list, but they're here. No one's
they-
gonna get this.
Are they there? Are we here now?
I feel comfortable saying that. Yeah.
Oh, it's this number. Okay,
And we're at number 6.
it's Superboy Prime.
It's not.
Damn.
I'm sorry. This
Whoa.
is 7. This is 7.
The last one was 7.
I was mistaken earlier. This is 7.
Okay. Boy, that would have been crazy if Tyler got it.
Psycho Pirate. Well, no, but you know who that
No.
is.
He knows who that is.
He didn't say he doesn't know who it is. He's just wondering how they got on the list.
No,
he
I
said
don't.
He doesn't
I,
know. He,
doesn't
remember,
didn't
he
know
said
who
he had to
was.
look it up.
Yeah.
Got it. Okay.
And I should clarify. I know the character now that I looked it up, but the picture, I had no fucking clue.
Oh.
Don't Google that shit. What are you doing? Hands off. Hands off.
I'm not
He is,
looking
man.
it up.
He's on RDC Comics right now.
Hands up. Hands up.
Cale, you want to throw one out before I give a hint?
Dr. Manhattan, Batman Who Laughs. We know who I'm talking about, right?
I think I do.
Perpetua?
No, who
No,
are you
Dr.
talking about?
Manhattan, Batman Who Laughs.
My fault.
Idiot.
Okay.
No, who are you talking? Are you talking about Dr. Manhattan or Batman Who Laughs?
The blue guy that's Batman and was the
Fusion.
Batman Who Laughs and became Dr. Manhattan.
Is it extant?
No.
Damn it.
There's going to be controversy around this.
I'm about to get mad.
Is it a DC character?
I don't even know how to classify this character, but I will tell you that she is a she.
What was were our guesses just all ice cold?
Yeah.
She's a villain.
She is a villain.
She likes to kill people in her sleep.
This is crazy.
This has to be some like New Gods bullshit.
No. No. This is
Let me see if chat has got it.
Don't say it. Don't say it.
Of course not.
This high up too?
Right?
Yeah.
Who are we missing?
I don't think anyone has said the name of this character the entire stream.
How the fuck?
It's unprecedented.
Sean, her name is Harlequin Quinzel. Okay, I don't know that was.
I don't think she's on this list, to be honest.
Cheshire is a great guess.
It's not top 10 though. This is
Not
No, look, I fucking agree with you.
not Cheshire, and I'm genuine. Like I'm triple checking to make sure that this is because this is crazy.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm stumped for this one.
If you guys all concede, I'll give you the name.
Can we get another hint?
Yeah, I'd rather have another hint.
Okay, I'll try to give a really good one.
Yeah, ballpark it if you can.
She has made multiple recent comics appearances, and within that, we probably have seen her more recently than ever than before, like more recently now than in the last little bit, a lot.
Punchline.
No,
That's Superwoman.
no. She's in 2 books.
Right
One
now?
of them, yeah, right now, both being published. One of them stars a Bat character.
What the fuck? It's not Lady Shiva.
It is.
I was just about to say.
It is.
Whoa. Yeah, okay. No, I like
Yeah.
that. I like
No,
that a lot.
Batgirl
Actually,
and
yeah.
Black Canary. Yeah.
Yeah.
Dude.
That rules. Fuck yeah. Yeah,
She's
dude.
that high up?
You know what? I'm actually hyped about that. That fucking rules.
I was shocked, but it's her. And I
Yeah.
confirmed, I double checked.
Yeah. That rules.
Okay.
Number 6.
That's Sinestro.
No, this is number 5.
This is
No,
6.
that was number 6. Sorry. Did we say Reverse Flash already? Reverse Flash.
It's not Reverse Flash. It's not Sinestro. Both are ice cold.
Okay.
We said Bane already, right?
Yeah.
Yes. This is a villain of non-earthly origin.
Oh wait, I didn't guess
Brainiac.
yet.
Sorry, it's Brainiac.
Yeah.
Cale did get it. It is Brainiac.
Now we're at 5, right?
Now
Yeah.
we're in the top 5, yes, with number 5.
Okay. Now we
Sinestro.
Marco got it.
Motherfucker, I was about to
Marco
say
got
it.
it.
My bit.
Marco got it.
Wow.
Well, number 4 is
So-
Catwoman, so
So Marco with 7 points, Tyler with 9, and
Not
Cale with 10.
fucking count.
Marco has to pull that off again in order to win. Number 4, give it to me.
Lex.
No,
the judgment on that one. Number 4 is Harley
Ra's al
Quinn.
Ghul.
we already did Raish. Tyler, what was yours?
Harley.
No.
Not a villain.
That's
This. Oh shit. Any hint is just too much. This villain has been the catalyst and main antagonist of an event.
Superboy Prime.
No.
Darkseid?
No.
Thank God.
Parallax.
No.
Reverse Flash? We did that already, right?
Yes, it's Reverse Flash.
Oh,
Okay.
okay.
Yep. Tyler with 10, tying it up with Cale. Marco still trailing at 7. This is number 3.
Oh, this
Parallax.
is
No.
Darkseid.
No, you're
No.
both ice cold.
No.
Come on, guys.
It's Lex Luthor.
Joker.
Marco got it. Marco got it
Yeah.
without a hit.
Well, number 2 is
shit.
Lex.
So the score is Marco with 9 and Tyler and Cale tied up at 10. Marco, you have to get another guess without a hint.
Let me go first.
Fuck you.
No,
Let me
it's
go
Lex
first.
Luthor. It's Lex Luthor.
No, you're ice cold.
Darkseid.
Darkseid.
Marco got it. It's Darkseid. Marco
No.
takes the lead with 11.
Number 1 has to be Lex Luthor.
It's Lex. It's Lex. Cale wins. Cale wins with 12. Cale with 12, Marco with 11, Tyler with 10.
Wow.
Good game.
Damn.
Wow.
Good game.
That
Joker was
boy,
3.
I want to say that list sucked, but Shiva was number 5, and that fucking rules.
So no
Why?
no Catwoman, no Scarecrow, no
Harley.
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 But think about the people on the list. Like,
Yeah,
we're
yeah.
well past their level.
Yeah.
And Harley and even Catwoman aren't villains.
I guess. No Superboy
I
Prime though from the DC subreddit. Come on, guys.
I thought this was a pretty strong list overall. To be honest, I'm not sure who that's generally considered a villain is like a glaring omission here.
Yeah.
I feel like Darkseid and Lex should have been switched.
I think so too.
You would have Darkseid at number 1. Okay.
Yeah.
Darkseid is literally the embodiment of evil.
I would have won if it was switched that way. So yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
Yeah. Who else is not on that? I think.
Condiment King.
Come on.
God.
Anton Arcane.
Yeah, come on.
I think.
Ocean Master, I'm surprised. I would have
He
thought
has
he'd be
one
somewhere.
story that's good.
Yeah, but he's
Yo.
like the one other guy.
Marco, you're the man. Why would Ocean Master be on this list when we already have Black Manta at home?
Yeah.
Because I would have thought he'd be like lower. Like he'd be like a 23
Wonder Woman
or
gets
something.
one character on this list.
Ocean
Yeah,
Master.
Ares should have been on there.
Yeah, War or something.
Ares more than Ocean Master.
Hell.
Yeah.
So these are almost exclusively like the only characters that get multiple villains would be Superman, and Batman in this. Everyone else is kind of like their main their main hero is just a one and done.
C.W. Gordon, name one Cersei story. What the fuck are you talking about?
what has she done? I think I've read one Cersei story where she was a villain.
Get out of here.
Name one Shiva story. I can name 2 because they're happening right now.
She also helped bring Batman back to life after Nightfall. His final test to come back as Batman was to fight Shiva.
Whoa.
And Tim Drake had to fight Shiva by himself
Whoa.
to get to be Robin. So fuck off with your Shiva hate.
And I think the Reddit are probably big Cassandra Cain fans.
Yeah.
So yeah. Deadshot, no. I'm looking at this,
Deadshot, yeah, Deadshot I could see.
but he's more of a anti-hero, really, at this point.
Yeah, I mean,
Was
yeah.
Deathstroke was on that list?
Yeah,
Yes.
right next to
Yeah.
Bane.
Okay.
No Parallax, no Parasite,
Grundy.
no
Parallax
Grundy,
should
I
have been
can
on
see.
there.
no Ultraman
Parallax
or Owlman. Like those
What?
guys aren't there.
What have they done?
They did the whole villain event.
So?
For that, I would say Pariah over them
Yeah.
because at least he's always around when these events happen.
No Punchline.
No punchline. Chat, how we feeling? That was pretty fun. Yeah, I love seeing the chat just flooded with people's guesses and knowing that they're all fucking wrong. It's fun. It's fun. Not a Green Lantern villain in sight. Who's Sinestro, man?
Yeah,
Sinestro.
Atrocious should have been on there.
He would have been cool.
The orange one.
Yeah. Larfleeze.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Red Hood. I don't know. I don't think he's considered a villain. I think he's Batman.
Sean, someone's
He
saying
should be a villain.
that it is Cersei and not Lady Shiva in that spot for the Reddit.
I don't know, man. I looked through it, and it said Lady Shiva. I don't know.
Can you provide the link now that it's done?
So the actual, let me see. Oh, it is Cersei. So what the fuck? Dude, I swear it said Lady Shiva. It is Cersei. It is Cersei.
Yeah, we just
Who got that?
Cale's
Who got
whole
that?
list.
Bro.
Minus 1 point. Minus 1 point. Hold on a second.
That's on me.
Bro.
That's on me.
Hold
it
on.
is Cersei.
Recalculate. Do that math again.
I can't believe this.
I fucked it up. I'm sorry.
I cannot believe this.
CW Gordon
is
says, "I'll
Cersei.
CW Gordon says, I'll take my apology, please."
That you got to take up with Cale. I apologize to everybody for getting that one wrong. Although I will say, I believe it was Tyler. Tyler guessed Lady Shiva because he picked up on that she's in two
Oh, I
books
get
right
him. So
now.
even more last place now.
Okay.
So it
Oh, it
really
wasn't
didn't.
me?
It didn't affect the game.
Yes.
Damn.
It didn't affect the game. But my bad anyway. That was a mistake on my part.
Man, number 26 is Sean.
CW Gordon, I was defending Shiva. I don't know shit about Cersei, and you'll pry an apology for my cold dead hands.
Hopefully you guys had fun with that. If you did, we'll do this again. I love it. It's great. It's great to not have any of the pressure of playing the game on me. That's very fun. So
For now.
for now, yes, you are right. Okay. Sean was just dreaming of Lady Shiva. I have no relationship to it. I didn't even know who the fuck that was. I couldn't tell you a Lady Shiva from a Cersei.
Word.
Yeah, that's true.
No Clayface. Yeah, Clayface should have been there.
Top 25? I don't know about that. Maybe top 25 Batman villain, sure.
Well, top 25, my favorite villain.
Sure.
certainly.
He just got cast, too. The actor just got cast in the movie.
Yes.
I don't know who the fuck he is, but hey, good for him.
Me neither. There wasn't any others from Titans or Nightwing. Titans, I guess, would just be Deathstroke, but no Trigon.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Trigon, yeah.
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 I don't know if he would
Terra?
be considered.
Ooh.
Shupacel says, do heroes next time. We can do that. I found the list, and I'm not going to not know who's on those lists. So that there will be no controversy there. So we'll do that here at some point in the future. Thank you guys for hanging out with us. Hit the like button if you haven't yet. If you enjoyed the game, let us know in the comments if you want us to play this more. It's fun for me. Hopefully it's fun for you guys. Monday at 1 p.m. Eastern. Pals previews. Make sure you guys check that out. That goes up every Monday at 1 p.m. Eastern, so check for that. Tuesday, the book club. Fantastic Four by Hickman. Dark Reign plus, so the 5 issues of that, plus the first 25 of the core title. Make sure that you guys read that and come hang out with us Tuesday at 6 p.m. Eastern for the book club. It's going to be great. Then Thursday at 6 p.m. for Pals Pulls. And then before you know it, it's Saturday again, and we're here at 10:15 a.m. Eastern. If you are a Discord member, Post Pals is today at some point after this show closes out. Be on the Discord to hang out for that. Thank you guys for chilling with us. We appreciate you so much. Enjoy